people will say that it's purely a psychological phenomenon, that your body will go into a state of paralysis. And when you wake up in that halfway point between paralysis and waking life, you're still in a visual hallucination state from your dreams. And you're afraid because you're paralyzed. So you will then start to hallucinate scary imagery. The problem that I had with that when I was really young was my step grandmother told me, well, one night I saw him, and at the breakfast table, I was talking to my sister. They're just kids, elementary school. And the sister confirms she saw it that night too. And they're speaking in hushed tones. So the mom doesn't overhear, and she does overhear. And she goes, what are you girls talking about? And they break the news to her. And she says, I saw him too, in a different bedroom that same night. Jeez. All of them paralyzed, all of them seeing this thing. Tinfoil hat.
Oh, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Revolution will be podcasted.
All right, welcome to Tinfoil Hat, live from the Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Studios adjacent. That's right, Wolfpack Gold. Just go to samtripoli.gold and use promo code Tinfoil, and you too can get in on the Price Metals game for as little as $50 a month, sent right to your house. Very excited to have our guest back, the newly anointed. We got local celebrities here, big ballers. You know, the highest vote getters for the latest installment of Mount Crushmore. Please welcome Nephilim Death Squad, Top Lobster and Raven. How are you guys? Welcome.
Is that what it is? I thought we were in the running for most racist podcast.
Yeah, that's what we won, right?
They go hand in hand, dude. They go hand in hand. It's
very
like
happy to be
we've
here,
been
guys.
trying to behave. We've been trying to clean. Like we're on a slippery slope where we behave really good, and the show is like really, like information driven, clean, and then we go like weeks at a time where we're just in the mud.
It's like, have you seen what the black community's doing today?
But I mean,
have you looked around lately? It's crazy.
Honestly, the pineapple spheres thing that made me stumble.
Did you guys see the pineapple spears thing? That really dragged us into.
What is that, with the watermelon, or what was
or
that?
they put it inside the high C.
The Kool-Aid.
Talking about the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the delicious diabetic treat.
What is it now?
Oh my God, Johnny, you're behind it. So the black people
Johnny
have
doesn't
been taking.
He doesn't partake in this.
We're Nephilim Death Squad, by the way. They've been taking pineapple spears and pickling them in Hawaiian Punch and Kool-Aid and selling them. And it's all. They've also been eating cornstarch.
Okay, this presents huge problems because again, the show is not about that. But when shit like that happens,
it's kind of about that.
My eye just goes back to it, and I'm like, we have to address this, right? You can't let they're selling Kool-Aid pineapple spheres out of their car like they're drugs. And now my algorithm is feeding me this, and I'm like, guys,
dude, that is the weirdest thing about Twitter. If you just like one thing, your entire feed becomes that. All of it.
I liked a couple of Spider-Man memes, and now it's like all Spider-Man. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now.
So we do another show called Neph to America, which is just it's a commentary show about whatever the hell's viral at the moment. And I never do any preparation for that show.
Those are the best shows.
Yeah, if I just click on something conspiratorial and give it 3 minutes, my whole feed is going to be filled with all the latest conspiracies, and I have content for that. Honestly, guys, great time to do what we do. Is it not? We've never had more content than in 2026.
I'm telling you, man, it's such it's like, listen, we can all agree there's a lot of shit not to like about Trump, and 100%. Like, we just did Conspiracy Social Club last night, and it's like, he's the most corrupt president ever. I'm like, well, some of the corruption is just because there's things around now that weren't around when Obama was there. Like, you don't think Obama would be doing crypto coins if they were around during that time?
If I'm going to have a potential antichrist as the president, he's not gay. which I mean, he's not openly gay, which is very cool.
We don't know.
We like our gays closeted.
That's right. Stay in the closet, dude. Obama was way too out in the
Bang
open.
ass, just don't tell us about it.
That's it, man. So I there's a lot
We're
to
a bit
dislike
old
about him.
school at Nephilim Death Squad.
You get in the closet and you stay in the closet. Right? That's where you belong.
Now finish sucking. No, that's not.
You know that closet would be so clean, and it would just be it would just be bright colors. It would
Gold
be
and white
safe.
marble.
Yeah, it would be the nicest closet
It'd be
you've
a
ever
walk-in
seen in your
closet.
life.
It'd be a big closet though. It'd be
It'd
like
be
walk-in.
it would just be glorious. And
You're
it would
right,
be
though. Did you see
jumping.
Rod Blagojevich? You remember him, the corrupt former governor of Illinois?
Yeah.
He went on like Tucker. He's doing the rounds because he's got a book, I think. And he was talking about how when Obama first became a senator, they came to him and were like, hey, Michelle Obama's going to need at least $200,000 and a job at the University of Chicago or one of the universities. And they just like a demand, like it was like, okay, this is what I'm going to get. And you have to give it to her. It was, and he kind of suggests that it was obvious from that point that he was like destined by whoever's in charge.
That he was an Obama. I mean, that's the surest
Bush,
sign.
Bush.
Yeah, a Bush,
Yeah.
right? Now he is an Obama and he is a Bush, dude, for
Well,
sure,
You're
dude.
not going to discriminate against an African American homosexual man in a transsexual relationship, are you?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
At the White House, allegedly. That's crazy too.
And
She
it's
got
so
300, by the way. She got $300,000. He said from the university, the next university.
And we get into like how on this show we always talk about how they push a narrative, and then when push comes to shove, they don't really believe in it. And it's like Michelle Obama being a man, and how outraged they get by that, while simultaneously for decades telling us trans are unicorns. It's like all we're saying is like she's a wonderful unicorn, and you're losing your fucking mind. Same thing with gay. It's like, dude, you can't stop having kids at gay pride, and then you say Obama's gay, and you lose your fucking mind. It's just like, it's so obvious that you don't believe it. You just push a narrative just to piss your dad off.
One of my favorite things about Michelle Obama, besides her giant penis, is when she went on tour and she's telling everybody how to be like a strong, independent woman, and you should have a career and be a boss and all this. And I'm like, you're married to the most powerful at the time, the most powerful man in the world. And you're telling other people, like, you don't need no man. It's like,
to destabilize.
Job.
Yeah.
Doing a book tour. It's wild.
It's the same shit Beyonce did. That I'm single. She has a song where she tells everybody to be single
All
when
the
she's
single
married
ladies.
to Jay-Z. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
It's demonic as shit because they know that the window for women to reproduce is so much shorter. So if you can just get them to buy that long enough, they're kind of fucked.
I hate those testimonies. You hear women that have like, they boss bitch their way all the way to their 40s. And now they're like, I kind of want a family and it's not in the cards anymore. And I'm like, damn, dude, like you bought that bullshit. You bought that bullshit.
You
bro.
bought that bullshit, dude.
You bought that bullshit. It's crazy. And it's a bummer. But I mean,
you gotta give it to them to at least admitting that they fucked up. Because there's some that run it on like, no, I'm happy. I'm happy right now. I'm happy with no kids. When inside of their brain, they're like, dude, I fucked up bad.
The Chelsea Handler story is the best evidence that Hollywood is full of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, all they're calling everybody is the left can't stop talking about the Epstein class. They can't stop talking about Nazis. And then it turns out that Chelsea Handler went to dinner with Jeffrey Epstein, and then her grandfather was literally a Nazi, and nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Can I ask you something, Sam? Like at that roast, the Kevin Hart roast, I don't know if you've been to these kind of events, but like, what's that like behind the scenes? Like, 'cause, there's a green room. I assume everybody's in it. And Shane is about to say some crazy shit on this lady in front of everybody. The entire world is like, is anything discussed at all? Is this WWE or is this just like...
I've never been to those giant roasts. I have no interest in any of that, but I've been to roasts and everyone's kind of chill at first and then the knives come out and everybody starts. That one's a little different. Now, these roasts are usually when you do roasts, everyone's friends and they just kind of light each other up and it's laughter. Like, these things are starting to get really fucking vicious, dude. It's not the old school Dean roast. It's like this stuff is like blood sport.
Yeah, the Friars Club? No, it's not.
Yeah, they were all just friends.
It's a Thunderdome in a way, right? Because you've got Hinchcliffe and you have Shane up there, and they're not, they're not like necessarily all the way on the right wing, but they're over there. And then there's other people on the left, and they're like, they put him to battle. And they're like, all right, see what happens now. It's very interesting.
I like it. I'm a big fan of it.
It's also an indication of like exactly how everything operates in terms of the left-right dynamic, because political correctness is literally about telling white guys they can't make jokes about other people. And I said this on David Lucas's podcast, is like the reason everyone hates white racism is because they're the best at it. They are the best. Like no one comes up with better memes, better jokes, better names, better. And then you try to hit them and they can't stop laughing. Mayo monkey.
I'll argue that point.
Who has better insults?
Who's the best racist?
Who is the best racist?
Are the best racists. They have the most racist term for
I disagree because they cry. They cry too much. You can't play
the game. It's soccer. They cry in soccer, you sons of bitches, and you guys love soccer. But when they cry, it's too much.
Who else has a racial term that's a blanket racial term, a racial slur for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like
a bit about that. Yeah.
Like there's nobody trying to push like anti Christianity laws. Like they're literally such cunts that they are trying to pass laws. You can't make fun of them. And like for me, I love everybody. It's just like I don't believe in protected classes, and it's like I know people like, and they need anti-Semitism so they can pass anti-Semitism laws. Like that's why all this shit is just flying everywhere. Is like they need this shit. They need to crank it up so that everyone gets upset about it. You know what I'm saying? And they can pass their Noahide laws.
But it's like I was looking at the Bible and it's talking about how the
looking at it where you read it or just looking at it. Clothes, touching the cover. I wonder what that's
nice duffel leather. But God's saying that the Jews effectively are blind. They have a spiritual blindness, and this is diagnosed all those thousands of years ago. And I'm like, maybe because you go back and forth. It's like, are the Jews manifesting their own oppression so that they can cry more and be gifted maybe as another small country?
It's the currency.
Oh yeah,
it's the currency. It's the currency. It's like, it's like even if you take out like any like demographic, you take out any label, whatever, black, white, born on third dads, like W. Kwame Bell or whatever his name is, Johnny.
Kamal Bell, yeah.
Kamal Bell.
Jaden Smith
putting out fucking like a private school Negro, and it's just like it's just that is the greatest dude, example of just Bolshevik bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Just straight up Bolshevik bullshit. And it's like, and there's when you're have the second highest standard of living after Asians, okay, you're rich kids, and it just you have to have purpose in your life, and your purpose in your life is fighting hate, and hate now is like more dangerous than actual violence. Like it's crazy to me.
Yeah,
that hate is so fucking angry.
Remember when Jaden Smith and Shia LaBeouf were out and wherever they were in the deserts or something, and they have a live stream webcam. And they're both preaching over and over again. They're going, "He will not divide us. He will not divide us." And it's Jaden Smith. How old is he at the time? God knows, maybe 17 years old or some goofy shit like that. And they're talking about how they're doing this from an undisclosed location and nobody's going to take down this live stream. And it was so cringy and so retarded that the internet banded together, looked at the stars that were in the sky on the live stream and geolocated, triangulated their position so that somebody could go out there, find the live stream camera, break it and take it down. But it is this, I don't want to use a word that's super gay, but like privileged, right? You're hyper privileged in your life, and I think we all do need.
It gives you purpose.
We all need that great struggle, whatever that is. And if you're rich and you haven't struggled with the shit, maybe it calls to you a little bit more than the average person.
Who came from the struggle? Who came from the streets?
Who came from the streets?
Anna Paulina Luna.
Oh,
at least that's a story that we. Have you guys?
Well, the story was she a stripper or was she just a waitress? That's the argument I've been getting from people. And
that's like if you were dating a girl and she's just like, I didn't strip there. I was just a waitress. Like, let me see.
Right, but that is
she's way too hot to just be a waitress.
Come on, bro. What are we doing? What are we talking about here?
No, I'm with you, but that's the pushback I got from that whole thing was that.
That's all right. Well, you know what? I've heard that.
I've kind of heard that when the you're a bartender at a stripper, they don't consider themselves strippers. They're like, oh, I'm just a bartender. But I'm like, you're kind of.
But they will eventually. They will
eventually
strip. It's like it's like a waitress at a comedy club will eventually try stand up at some point. Same thing with stripping. They see all this money getting made, and they're like, I could fucking do that. And then they get up, they come up with a bullshit name, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So
her grandfather was
about to do it.
Her grandfather was a Nazi, and like
they all are.
Wait, check this out. Check this correlation out. Hey, I worked at a strip club, but I wasn't a stripper. I was a waitress. Her grandfather, hey, I was a Nazi, but I wasn't anti-Semitic. I just had to do what I had to do. Like, is this?
His thing was he was in the army, the German army, but I wasn't really a Nazi.
I don't know. I didn't dance on the pole.
All these elites, their parents were either slave traders or Nazis. It's so crazy to me.
That chick came out of nowhere, it feels like, and she's like threatening the CIA. If you don't return the documents to Tulsi Gabbard's desk, I'm gonna subpoena.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't like her.
Huh?
I don't like her because her mouth is too big. I don't trust her.
For her face?
I know you like that.
She worked in a strip club. She's got a big mouth, great teeth.
I probably got an extra row of teeth.
I'm down with teeth. I'm a teeth guy. I've been on the record. Big teeth, slightly cross-eyed. I'm fucking in.
Let's go.
We're
partying. We're partying.
She came out of nowhere and she's talking about all of our shit.
Yeah.
And I have these instances of like you see
jealousy and rage.
Yes. You see other people do this when somebody starts talking about their thing and they're like, they don't know about this. I know about it. And then they want to tear the guy down because he's in like a bigger platform.
That's what we're doing right now.
In a way, but I feel like it's fair, right? Because she's in the government.
Well, she's a woman. So we're allowed to do that. She needs to understand her place. If anybody was going to go and talk about the Book of Enoch, it should have been us. If anybody was going to threaten the CIA to return the documents,
it should have been not her. It's not even to say us, but like, why is she representing the conspiracy community at large with all of these? Like,
she's doing disclosure.
She's doing JFK.
She's doing MK Ultra. She was just leading the first MK Ultra trials.
You're totally right. Why is she the one they picked? They're like, everyone wants to bang her. They're listening to what she has to say.
I think it's some divine feminine bullshit. Anna Paulina Luna. She changes her last name. I don't know what the hell her last name was before, but now it's Luna. Luna, like the triple moon, the goddess, the maiden. Or no, it's the maiden, the crone, and the mother. Like it's the three stages. You ever see that? It's like crescent moon, full moon, crescent moon. That's a witchcraft symbol, and it's
Bridget Fettesy's symbol.
Oh yeah, Bridget Fettesy's symbol. That's fucking strange. Yeah, but yeah, I think we're in this season of like hyper divine femininity. They want to sell you the goddess. They want a strong woman to lead the way and do X, Y, and Z. That's why if you remember back to not this Super Bowl, but the one before it where they did it in Caesar Superdome. During the commercial break, there wasn't like a whole lot of symbolism, but they did do some divine feminine shit from the top down. Caesar Superdome looks like a gigantic egg. When they let out Sizzla or whatever the fat black rapper. Well, I don't know her fucker name.
That's a great name for a rapper, by the way. Sizzla.
I'm taking it. If Sizzla's still on the table,
Sizzla, take that, dude. That's amazing.
It was the chick that did the show with Kendrick Lamar where he wore the silly pants. But when she came out, she was in an inverted triangle on the stage, and she was at the head of the triangle. The inverted triangle is a symbol of the divine feminine. And then during the commercial break, they had a chick playing flag football, and she's fucking juking all the dudes, and she scores the touchdown. But her number on her jersey is 77, which is another nod to the divine feminine. So we've been in this kind of season of it, and I swear to God, they're just serving us up this chick. And they make her pretty. They make her mouth big. Nice teeth for Sam Tripoli.
They made her mouth big. Like
they did make her mouth big. Wasn't always that big.
Like a mouth stretcher.
I don't know what the machines they.
Or
have.
they just look for the big mouth lady and be like.
That's probably it too. Yeah. But I just find it strange, man, because yesterday the first hearings on MK Ultra since 1977. So there's that 77 again. Somebody shout out to Isaac Weissef. And Anna Paulina Luna is heading it. And all it is she's, you know what she's serving up? It's like conspiracy theorists were right about fucking everything. She's going to do disclosure for us. You guys are right about aliens. But she's going to do Book of Enoch for us.
Isn't it? So it's soft because it's not detailed and it's not, you're not really giving information. You're just kind of like brushing the top of this very dusty tomb.
Yeah.
And people see it for the first time and they go, oh, that's really cool. And
he's here to jerk off conspiracy theorists.
Not even, but you're not going to come. It's just it's a cycle of JFK and then disclosure. And
because she had like Tom O'Neill on. I mean, the most mainstream benign version.
And
of
Tom
MK
is very
Ultra.
interesting because we've had him on the show, and when we kind of pressed him, if everything he used to talk about from the 70s, 60s, and 70s is going on today, he wouldn't comment on it.
Yeah,
because I think he was on when Biden was president, and he didn't want to get into that. Which is always like, you're kind of just destroying your credibility if you have blind spots.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've talked about it on your show. I think that was one of our earliest episodes. Like, everybody knows it's all still happening today. If they ever dissolved MK Ultra, the adjacent programs are still alive. And all it is they found out that it was all viable and it did exactly what they needed it to do. Now it's free range, right? We talked about that with the telepathy tape shit. We're all doing it to ourselves. High grade psychedelics, trauma in our little scrying mirrors. We're all disassociating one way or another. Like, we're all
watching black content on Twitter.
We're all the experiment. That's it now. So it's free range. And then they just do a selective process like the GATE program to figure out who's got generational iniquity, who's got lines open to demonic
100%.
And then they go, there's your fucking shooter. That's it.
And it's just like frequencies, it's just they throw out a frequency and they're not trying to get everybody. They're just trying to get one person just to kick it off. It's like when all the Russiagate stuff started coming out about, Obama illegally wiretapping Trump, and which is probably still going to psyop in itself. I think I think Hillary Clinton kneecapping Bernie Sanders was done on purpose so she could run against Trump and Trump gets in, I mean, that's what they do when they run a horrible candidate against somebody they really want to get in.
Yeah.
But it's when the stuff was coming out about Obama wiretapping Trump, the next day there was a shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Like, conveniently, and now that becomes the main story in the news and not like the Russiagate shit. So I think they just, every time something they don't want you to talk about, bang, now they got the whole stuff with we got to put out the Epstein list, which is crazy because we already know everything.
We're just waiting for them to tell us what we already know.
There's a crazy connection that I had made a while ago, and it's probably an unfounded theory, but I think it's interesting. When we're talking about Epstein, he's born in 1953. In 1963, when he's 11, they start investigating and doing research on herpes, which is Epstein-Barr syndrome. And I just found that interesting because I'm like, okay, so at that time he would be around 10, 11 years old. That's like a prime candidate for a GATE student, where they would be doing this process of elimination to find out who is the candidate. Because you always think about Epstein, is he a created person? Like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you had on our favorite. I saw her on your show.
Oh, yeah.
Human vibration. Yeah, she's like, I don't believe anything's real.
I love that chick. She's out there, but she's thinking.
But
she's we discovered she had like 100 people on Twitter at the time.
Yeah. You guys are literally who put us on her, or put her on our radar.
Dude, it's she goes out there, dude. She's hot, and she'll
be on your podcast telling you your podcast isn't real.
Yeah, and she's so hot. You're like, I'll believe anything you have to say.
I like that energy, though. I appreciate that. Have some.
You need those people. You need those people. Yeah.
I agree, dude. You do need those people.
Let's say Epstein is real, and let's say at around 11 years old, he's going through this GATE program. It's just weird that Epstein-Barr syndrome, which is herpes, which is going to be related to all kinds of sexual activities, is discovered and kind of like founded in that year.
Yeah. By the way, that came up.
His groomer later on will be Barr.
That's so weird.
And it's like,
that is so weird. Dude.
I know that sounds very schizophrenic. And
no, you know what's weird is that came up in a translation thing that we were doing with our clip maker. Shout out to Lainey. Lainey makes all the clips for the show.
That's true as well. Yeah.
Shout out Lainey.
Dude, Lainey crushes. Any of the clips that you guys see that you like, especially the really crazy schizophrenic ones, that's Lainey. Lainey's the man. We started putting in Epstein and then Epstein backwards and feeding it into Google Translate. So it would be the word Epstein and the word Epstein backwards, because what was going viral was if you translate that to like Latin, Epstein and then the fucking word Epstein backwards.
Yes. What do you think that is, Johnny? We were talking about that. What do you think that is, dude? They're just fucking with us.
Yeah, somebody at Google having a.
You think so? You think that's somebody at Google? Because when we've talked about this before, Owen Benjamin talks about this a lot. The whole like Bernie Madoff, he made off with all your money. Like, I don't know. I kind of think God might be really funny.
Oh, well, the reason I think that is because they tried it in a bunch of different languages and it does the same thing.
Yeah, it does it in a lot. And in one of them, it turns into Epstein Bar, which is, I think it's like Japanese or something like that. And so I don't know what to make of that. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's not how it actually would be translated.
Well, because so they said it was in Russian, and then a bunch of people who speak Russian came in and go, there's no word. Yeah. That's not a Russian word. That's a made up word that when you do it backwards, it's a made up word.
That could well be the case because there was a time where if you typed in retar Dio, it said return to God. And I thought that was unbelievable because retard, like being retarded is
printed out a fucking sign for it. And then they turned on CERN and they changed it.
Fucking CERN. It's got because now if you type it in, it says, what are you trying to say to me? It's nothing. There's nothing here. I don't know what you want. And I'm like, no. I screenshotted it, but I screenshot everything. So I'll never find it in my library. But it said it.
I do that too.
What an unbelievable thing.
You guys do that too?
Oh, yeah. Million. Dude, I have millions of screenshots. I
have like a month's worth of failed mussies and sheenuses. Like, I
don't even know what that means. Am I old?
Come on. You argue with a trans person.
XG knows what that is.
Come on, XG.
No, what? Munuses? What?
He's getting really uncomfortable. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What? No, dude.
Johnny, can you turn on the translator?
Turn on the translator.
Translator.
Dog. Yeah. You got a mussy and you got a sheenus. That's where you take a chunk of your forearm and you turn it into kind of a hot dog.
I was hoping today that we could come here and tell them a little bit about like some current stuff.
No, we're going to. We're getting into it. But the whole point of where we started was that, like, you're talking about what a great time to be a conspiracy theorist. And I'm is Trump a chaos magician that is like outing everything? Like, is 100%. He just creating so much chaos while by basically showing everybody everything? That's where this all started. And now we're in the mussies.
Well, remember Marina Abramovic, that bitch? She goes, he's going to be the magician that awakens the masses after some group dream session by a bunch of Buddhist monks or some shit like that. When they came out of it, they felt the need to impart onto Marina Abramovic, everybody's favorite, interpretive artist, that, he's going to be the magician who awakens the masses. She was a little bit reluctant, and then she thought about it, and she was like, oh, yeah, I could see that. And, MAGA, highest level of the Church of Satan, I think it means magician in like Latin or something like that. Like, there's so much about him. I have a section in a notebook that's laying on the floor. It's 4 pages long of just madman scribbling. We came on your show. We talked about it when he got
pointing at Trump.
When he got shot. Remember that time? And we said, this is fucking real, dog. And you were like, that's a crazy thing to say. Come on, let's go say it on the show. So yeah, man, I think he is 100%. But I guess what we kind of wanted to do was we wanted to jerk ourselves off because we won.
We love that, bro. Pound away, dude.
So we wanted to take you guys to Pound Town. We wanted to tell you about like this show's origins because it is a strange one. And I guess I'll just kick it off and we'll kind of go back and forth.
Is it okay that we say that? I mean,
is it all right that we take you to Pound Town?
Oh, dude, we want to live in Pound Town, dude.
Because it's a little different than like what we usually be presenting on the show. It's more.
No, I like it. Do it. Listen, I'm older, and I know one thing's for sure: the older a guy gets, the more testosterone he loses, and that's why you got to fight the battle and win against losing testosterone. And there's one place I like to go, and that is Mars Men. Let me tell you about Mars Men. Doctors act like TRT is no big deal. Just weekly shots for the rest of your life. Cool. Then you go deeper and realize what you're actually signing up for. $3,000 a year to shut down your body's natural production forever. That's terrifying. The fertility thing really got me. What if I still want to have kids, right? I mean, XG wants to have kids. He needs that tee up, bro. That's why I love Mars Men. Mars Men gives you the same benefits of optimized testosterone, energy, strength, focus without shutting down your body. No synthetics, no needles, no dependency. It's like hitting the reset button on your hormone factory instead of shutting it down. Just real natural ingredients like
Tongkat Ali, Shilajit, zinc, boron, and more.
that support healthy T level stamina and recovery. Finally, found something that gives me the benefits without all the scary long-term stuff. All right. So I love it. I take it. So here's what we're doing there. Mars Men is made in the USA and third-party tested. They got a 90-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. Worst case, you don't absolutely love it and you get your money back, okay? But over 91% of users report higher energy levels. Thousands of guys are feeling incredible results. Just check out the reviews on the website to see for yourself. So here's what we're doing. For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and free gifts when you check out. After your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hey guys, real quick. I love all of our sponsors and I use almost all the stuff. But one sponsor I love and I personally use all the time, particularly when I'm on stage, is Quince, okay? Their shirts are just pure fire. One thing I love about summer is how easy everything feels. The days are a little more relaxed, and I find myself reaching for the same comfortable, go anywhere pieces again and again.
Quince's 100% European linen pants and shirts are breathable, easy to throw on, and the summer upgrade your rotation needs, starting at just $34. Wow. Their tees are soft enough to live in all day, and the lightweight cotton sweaters are exactly what you want when summer nights cool down. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for exceptional quality, not brand markup.
Guys, I'm being honest with you. If you see me on stage doing stand-up in a black shirt, it is a Quince shirt. It is my favorite shirt to perform in. I'm not BSing you. Every time I'm like, Dana, where's the Quince shirt? And she runs around. She finds I got like 3 of them. She throws it to me. And you don't even know I have tits, okay? That's how nice these shirts are.
And I have a chore coat too that I love from Quince. It's literally my favorite article of clothing. I wear it all the time. And it's not just clothing, by the way. Quince has become a trusted favorite for everything from home to travel to everyday essentials.
Make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/tinfoilhat for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada. You're welcome, Canadians. All right? That's QUINCE.com/tinfoilhat for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/tinfoilhat, and we thank them for sponsoring this show.
You know, both of us were longtime fans of the show. I want to get that out of the way. It is a little surreal to have sort of cut my teeth by listening to your show and doing research on my own when I was younger, and then to be on Mount Crushmore. Super crazy, really, really crazy. So very grateful for that. And it's bizarre and just that's the arc of things and how it turned out.
I love it. I love it, dude. I love it.
I mean, really, you said the show is almost 10 years old. I think I've been listening since Jump. It's been a really long time,
dude. Right? Isn't that? Are you guys one of my disciples? Can I say you're one of my disciples?
I mean, yeah, dude. You in very many ways, you kind of made the formula for a show like ours. You know, we're a little bit different in our own way, but a lot of the groundwork for what we do, the trail was blazed by you. But I don't want to jerk you off. I want to jerk you off.
Getting jerked off. Jerk me
off. Love
feels good.
Feels
good. Feels good.
Even how we met, it does kind of go back to this show in a way, because we met in Tony Merkel's private like community chat. Like we were members on that app. And I was only put on to Merkel because I heard him here. I heard him tell the story about the dude. I don't know if you remember, like he rubbed his genitals against him and he put like a curse on him. That story.
The old genital curse.
And I was like, who the is this guy? Like, I've never heard anything like so cool and raw.
Yeah.
And we were discussing like yesterday or earlier today too, because Mark's like, what are you guys going to talk about? And
like, we don't fucking know.
Like we could talk about a lot of things. And I said, why don't we tell this story? Because it does kind of come full circle in a way from listening to you, having Merkel on, being on Mount Crushmore this year with Merkel, him, which is just
crazy.
It's weird, man. Like if
that is weird.
How weird this is. Like you said, we met in that dude's chat. The reason I was in that dude's chat is because I don't know if we've ever talked about it on your show.
Looking for gay men to hook up.
I was looking for gay men in my area, and I had a demonic encounter. I had been sort of like into a conspiracy and occultism and New Age for a long time, like a really long time, since I was a kid.
We just pulled up some of his old Facebook
posts. So cringy, dude.
So gay.
Really, really gay, really cringy. But since I was like 15 years old, because I came from a family, like my grandma was an alien abductee since she was a
what?
Yeah, dog. And she didn't.
I feel like ethnic people called getting molested being abducted.
It was the fucking white side of my family. All right,
okay,
the white side of my family. Surprisingly enough, the other side of my family doesn't have any. They're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
They just molest each other.
They just jerk each other. So you know, she didn't handle it well. She passed away really young, alcoholism, and she leaned into the New Age really hard to kind of make sense. I mean, dude, she's a weird lady. I found her handwritten paperwork on remote viewing. This is my grandma.
What?
So we're talking a woman that was alive in the 50s and 60s, and she's writing paperwork on remote viewing, and she's, you know, being abducted and all these crazy things.
Whoa, that's crazy, dude.
It's like this whole show, what you see here, Sam, like this isn't just a couple. I mean, it is a couple of retards doing a show.
Yeah,
but it's
for
also
sure.
Like, I didn't have another choice. Like this is what I had to do because it's been an obsession of mine since childhood.
Dude, that's crazy.
So my whole life is filled with weird shit. And my aunt is, you know, schizophrenic, and my cousins are fucking schizophrenic and shit. Like, it's not good. It's super,
really?
It's to me, it's generational iniquity. I finally figured it out. It took a long time. I understand it now. I believe, and I keep testing it, and it keeps bearing fruit. But you know, so I have an experience one day where I see a fucking demon, and it's in a dream, but it's like this 3-night saga. It's like yanking me off the bed one fucking night. The next night, it's like shouting, like banging on a door, and my eyes are opening, but nobody's banging on a door. And by the third night, I see this thing. And I think it's like, you know, like a, what's his name? Robert Monroe Louche kind of a deal. Like, I'm feeding this thing. I was in a depressive state. I was really angry. I was really sad, all these things, and I was suppressing it.
Like you had just moved back from Vegas or something?
I tried to cut it in Vegas.
Doing what, dude? What did you do? Were you trying to strip or something?
No. I was a fucking, you know, people hear our you know, appearances on your show, and they'll go, "These dudes are Christian, like they sound like assholes." We're both blue collar workers, dog. Like I was a welder and a metal fabricator for a decade. Like he was a fucking railroad worker and an 18-wheeler driver. Like this is just who I don't have the ability to turn that off.
Yeah,
Lobster was a 18-wheeler driver.
Yeah, dog.
I worked on the tracks in the MTA, and it's like a job like that. No joke. I feel like every day I went down there, I'm like, you're looking death in the eyes. I know a couple of have died. So I'm like, I'm desensitized to anything anybody can really say. Like the shit we said to each other down there.
Oh, yeah.
Underneath New York City.
Just brutal, right?
It's whatever you mean. You know, like you're communicating with somebody and you're saying exactly what you mean. So I bring it here, and people don't necessarily like it, but that's who we are.
You're playing with electricity and lugging thousands of pounds of steel. You don't have time for like nice language.
No.
You know what I mean? You're not trying to be politically correct under New York City. So, I tried to cut it out there, just welding and fabricating, and the desert is just a weird place. And so I came back, I had all these feelings of failure. Basically, I had my wife with me and my son with me, and I felt like such a piece of shit because I couldn't cut it out there. And I was feeding something, dude. Like there's no doubt in my mind I was feeding something. And this thing finally shows up one night. And I had this dream where I could see it. It's like, it's kind of buff, which is like fucking sounds stupid, but it was intimidating.
It's shredded?
Like, no, it was like kind of thick. It wasn't really shredded. It was thick, dude. And, it was muscular. It was thick, fat cock. No, I didn't see its cock. And it's got like lower canid teeth that are so long they're overlapping its upper lip. And it's got bright red eyes. They're like lights. And its fists are bald at its side, and its chest is like rising and collapsing with this thing was rage incarnate. It was so fucking angry. It was so unbelievably angry. It's like black mist swirling around its legs. And
super tall?
I tell you the truth, I don't know, because I wasn't aware of my body. I can see this thing. I'm in like a void. There's no room necessarily, and I'm not aware of my own body whatsoever. And it felt like I was looking at it for a long time, but who really knows? And so I wake up in the morning, and I keep that shit to myself. It's like I said, 3 nights of this, right? First night, something's banging on my brain door. The second night, something's pulling my legs and arms off the bed. And then the third night, I seen this. I have kept this shit to myself because I have a kid and I have a wife, and I'm not.
Tip to all the men out there. You got kids, you got a wife, you're sick. Keep that shit to yourself, man.
Fucking self.
They're going to worry.
You die.
Exactly. You go in the corner and you fucking die like a dog. Yeah. And they wonder what happened.
Yeah, dude,
they got to do an autopsy on you to figure out what happened to you.
Telling your fucking wife, like, there's a demon. Like, it's just going to make it so much worse. She's going to be worried. She's going to be scared. I keep it to myself. The next night, I wake up. Oh no, it's that same night actually. I wake up and my wife goes, I had this nightmare last night. And I go, oh yeah? She goes, yeah, I woke up and I couldn't move, but I was like in the room with you and I could see you out of the corner of my eye and something was on top of you. And I go, what? Dude, I go, oh yeah?
Interesting.
And she goes, yeah, it was this monster with sharp teeth and bright red eyes.
Oh, what?
Choking you into the bed. And she was paralyzed. She couldn't move. And I go, that's crazy, dog. Like, I am not talking about this at all. So, this is like, night 3. So I don't really know what to do. I'm a fucking new age fag, right? Like, just
you are.
I have no.
You are.
I have no recourse, dog. Like, I'm a fucking what do? Burn sage or some gay shit. So, I'm going to work. I work with black dudes. They have no answers for me. I told the black dudes.
They got no answers.
Nigga, you crazy.
Yo, I was power watching at the time.
First, you get some pineapple spears.
Yeah.
I like 5, 6 of those. You be all right.
Oh my god,
you be all right. You be all right.
I go to the black dudes. They got no answers, and I'm thinking about it all day. I get home, and I still keep it to myself.
Never told me that. That's great.
And they were young black dudes too. They were,
no answer.
Definitely gang members. And so, I go to sleep that night, and I'm fucking terrified because I've done nothing to alleviate this, and now when it's affecting you. I've seen all types of shit, dude. When it's affecting you, it's like you just kind of push it down and forget about it. But when it happens to your wife, like, this is now a problem, right? Like, what do we do about this? At the time, we're staying in the in-laws. They let us crash there when we got back from Vegas. So we're in one bedroom. My son is at the foot of the bed on a blow-up twin-size mattress. So I go to sleep that night, and everything seems cool. The wife wakes me up in the morning. She goes, yo, check this out. You were sleeping. I got this fucking video of you right here where you would kind of put your finger to check your pulse on your neck. It's like, do, 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 do. She goes, whatever was going on, it was stressful. You were making little noises and you were fucking struggling. And she took a minute-long video. I'm like, damn, bitch, it's a fucking 60-second video. You let me lay there.
Yeah, why didn't you help?
Yeah, wake him. Yeah, what the fuck?
So
for science,
she does wake me up, and I came across that video the other day. I was like, geez. And as I'm watching the video,
let's see that.
My son, I'd have to find it. My son, I'll post it. I'll tag you in it.
I have seen the video.
Yeah, it's just it's just my fucking neck doing this.
I'm down.
My son all of a sudden starts screaming while I'm watching this video. And we, like, when your kid screams and it's like, there's like, I hurt myself. And then there's fucking doom. Like, start screaming like it's doom. And we look over and he's still sleeping. And we start moving towards him and he sits up and he's still fucking screaming, but he's still sleeping. So we start, grabbing him and fucking petting him. I don't know what you do. You know, you're hugging him, all kinds of shit, just trying to get him to calm down, get him to stop. He wakes up. He's still screaming. It's like this for a while. It takes a while to get him to calm down. When he finally does, dude, he goes, fucking monster with red eyes. And I go,
what?
I got a confession to make.
I don't even know what I did after that. It's all a blur. Like, I'm pretty sure I
crazy.
Said, you know, we got to go for a walk. And I explained to my wife what was going on. Turns out, by the way, that house, she grew up in that house, and her brother is like not okay. He was like, they diagnosed him bipolar, this and that as a kid.
Shit.
He had these episodes. That was his bedroom. So he was always talking about some creepy shit when he was a kid, seeing this and that, shadow people, etc. I think it was literally something, you know, stuck in that room. But still got no recourse. Still a father, still a husband. Have to do something about my family unit because big greasy monster is, you know, coming to kill him. So that night, you know, the night of what would have been the fourth night, I go to sleep, and I've gone to work. I've debriefed the black dudes.
They say
they're like, damn, white boy, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like,
dude, that is crazy.
And before I go to sleep, I, for the first time in my life, pray to Jesus Christ. Like, and when I tell you, I was never religious, not raised in the church, never looked at a Bible outside of course, the book of Revelation comes up in conspiracy theory all the time. So, you know, it's on the table, but I never really looked at it. I prayed so desperately. It felt like we were going to fucking die. Like, that's what it felt like. It felt like something was coming for us, and I had no ability to protect my family. I was so desperate. I prayed directly to Jesus Christ, and that night, it fucking stopped on a dime. And that was the first time in my life where, like, it wasn't right away. I'm not going to pretend like all of a sudden I was fucking Christian. Like, I just pivoted in that direction. And I was like, I've given a lot of effort and time to, like, Crowley and to the Galactic Federation of Light and to FEMA camps and fucking the New World Order and all these different things. And I'm like, all right, it's time to start giving that to Christ, like that attention. Like, let's see what this is. Let's see what shakes out of this. And it never stopped. Like, it literally leads to this show.
Were you an occultist? Were you into the occult back then? Were you into Santeria and stuff like that?
I mean, the short of it is, when you're having all these demonic encounters and you start looking it up, like I found out my grandmother, sort of my grandmother, she's like my step grandma. She used to tell me stories about the Hat Man. This is like before the internet. And when she was describing them, I would later find out that my real grandma, who was abducted, those stories are almost like a 1-to-1. Like, I'm paralyzed, there's shadows in the room, all this shit. So I start reading Whitley Strieber, who's lost his fucking mind, and he's apparently telling people he can control demons because of the implants that he has now.
That's crazy, yeah.
Oh my God.
But Whitley Strieber's book, Communion, which I've talked about on your show before, is an amalgamation of testimony from my abductee. So I'm reading this book, and I'm seeing that line up with what my grandma said and what my step-grandmother experienced with the Hat Man. So you start Googling shit, and you're going to find, like, demons, dog. And when you do that, you're going to start finding, like, did you know their symbols are in Hollywood and in the music industry? So I'm just a young dude. Like, I went through a period of homelessness for a grip, and I was, like, crawling through my girlfriend's window. And, like, after we had sex and she'd fall asleep, I would then just be on the computer till 4:00 in the morning being like, you know, fucking Hat Man testimony and shit.
To be honest, this is probably most of your listeners.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. My story's not unique at all. I find
Hold on. What is the Hat Man? What does the Hat Man look like? What is the story behind the Hat Man?
The Hat Man is like the archetypical
shadow person.
Now, there are shadow people where it's just a blurry outline of a shadow that seems to be three-dimensional and not like two-dimensional on a surface. And people will often see it in a state of paralysis. But then there's this dude who has a duster coat and has a wide-brimmed hat. In fact, Wes Craven designed Freddy Krueger after a story from a childhood friend's night terrors. So effectively, this guy described to him a fucking dude with a hat that shows up in my nightmares, and Wes Craven created Freddy Krueger off of that. So this is a wide, like, worldwide phenomenon. It's not specific to a locality like America. There's people in Japan that talk about it. There's thousands of people. And mostly what he does is while you're paralyzed, he just watches you. And sometimes he even has bright red eyes that seem to be like illuminated. And, it's actually, to, pun intended, old hat by this point, because if you look it up, you will find every supernatural podcast, paranormal podcast, has done an episode on it. There's countless documentaries about it. There's books on it. It's a terrifying phenomenon. My grandmother, or step-grandmother rather, people will say that it's purely a psychological phenomenon, that your body will go into a state of paralysis. And when you wake up in that halfway point between paralysis and waking life, you're still in a visual hallucination state from your dreams. And you're afraid because you're paralyzed. So you will then start to hallucinate scary imagery. The problem that I had with that when I was really young was my step-grandmother told me, well, one night I saw him, and at the breakfast table, I was talking to my sister. They're just kids, elementary school. And the sister confirms she saw it that night too. And they're speaking in hushed tones, so the mom doesn't overhear. And she does overhear, and she goes, what are you girls talking about? And they break the news to her. And she says, I saw him too, in a different bedroom that same night. Jeez. All of them paralyzed, all of them seeing this thing. So,
and now we've got like great workers like Nathaniel Gillis. One of his stories is I think they actually filmed this entity, and on film they see an orb, but in the room, there's
that's him. Yep.
That's him right there.
In the room, the people that were there, they see, I forget exactly the entity that appeared to them, but they do see a similar entity. Like they're describing the same thing, but what's caught on camera is an orb that's floating through the room. So, obviously like our studies and all of the research that we're doing kind of like leads us to this, because we've had experiences with a lot of these things. And now people are disclosing more. Tony Merkel being like one of the biggest resources of this kind of information is like, indisposable to what we do.
Your data is the new oil, okay? There are data brokers out there just trying to find anything they can on you. Your data, your social security number, you name it, they're trying to find it so they can sell it to everybody and make money off your personal information.
Data brokers make millions selling your info to spammers, scammers, and stalkers. You consented is in quotes there, but it was buried in the terms and conditions no one reads. They're betting you won't do anything about it, and they're usually right. Most services just remove your data after it's already out there, but the problem is you keep creating new vulnerabilities every time you sign up for anything.
All right, so go to cloak.com. They have this thing where you put in your phone number. I put it in there. I thought they weren't going to know anything. I've been trying to keep my data hidden. No, they have everything. I'm not saying I'm scared, but it needs to get disappeared. It needs to go away. So cloak.com is going to take care of it. It had my social security number, my address, my birthday, who I'm related to. I'm concerned.
That's crazy, dude. We were sitting here watching XG when he first did it, and he just lit up. He was like, oh my God. That's why, again, XG, you got to sign up for Cloaked. Cloaked uncovers where your data is being sold and then removes it. Unlike their competitors, the Cloaked app also lets you generate unlimited burner usernames, email addresses, and phone numbers to use whenever you sign up for a website, service, or app. This is like the silver bullet that kills these kinds of data brokers, kills them dead. When you use a burner account, you're not just protecting your identity, you're disrupting the entire data collection game, providing them with worthless info.
Cloak monitors the dark web and detects if your personal information has been exposed, has a built-in VPN and password manager, AI-powered spam call filter, provides you with a 1 million identity theft insurance policy. Protect your information before someone else profits from it. Go to cloaked.com/tinfoil and enter your phone number for free scan and 30% off any Cloak plan. That's cloak.com /tinfoil for a free security scan and 30% off. That's cloaked, CLOAKED.com /tinfoil. Privacy isn't dead, it's cloaked.
Tony, me coming to Christ is like, I got to give a lot of that credit to Tony Merkel, because after I have that experience, I go, who the else is having this experience? I need to find more people seeing more demons, who are getting rid of them by calling on Christ.
Hmm.
Enter the Confessionals podcast, where hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guests over 7 years or 8 years are all telling that story. And I'm listening to this. I find so much value in it that I joined the membership, community. And I meet this guy. It's so crazy, man. I've been a podcaster for a long time, 9 years now. And people are only aware of the last 2.5 years, because before that I did dog shit to no audience whatsoever. And it's like comedy podcasts or topical podcasts, just fucking trash ones that I didn't know how to market. I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm in this community and I meet this guy. Shortly after that, I go on a trip to New Orleans, which is fucking bizarre. New Orleans, if you've ever been to New Orleans, like, you want to talk about a place that's spiritually palpable, you can feel the heaviness in that place.
It's gonna be bad, my nigga.
It's gonna be bad.
It's
Go to New Orleans.
bad,
It's gonna be bad, my nigga.
It's gonna be bad.
You know they got the pineapples over there.
Oh yeah. My wife stepped in a human turd on that vacation. Almost rolled her ankle because it was so dense. I saw that man's balls too, because he was laying right next to his turd, and his balls were hanging out of his shit. So wonderful place. Great food, though. Great food. And of course, while we're there, I'm still very slow in my walk. So I kind of like sort of know you're not supposed to do tarot cards and psychics and shit, but I don't know enough, so I feel like I still got plausible deniability. I go as you would when you're in New Orleans, and I find a tarot card reader. It's a homosexual man wearing a fez with a handlebar mustache, which is exactly what you're looking for when you're trying to find a psychic. And he tells me some fascinating shit, dog. He goes, you got your foot in two worlds right now. One of them you do for passion, and the other one you do for work. And at the time I was doing a show called The Ravens Watch, which is about all the shit that I just talked to you about. And also I was a fabricator and a steel worker. So obviously, that could be something. So I'm going, and I'm trying to be cool with it. I'm like, I don't want to give the gay guy too much information because I don't want to be hoodwinked. And he goes, the thing that you're doing for passion is soon going to become the thing that you do for work. And I go, okay. And he goes, it's going to get really, really big. And I go, okay, cool. And he goes, a lot of people are going to hate you, which I went through some crazy shit.
Well, you're not doing yourself any favors.
I'm not. Just the way I appear.
You guys are all about that action, dude.
And it's
not much these days, Sam. We've calmed down in our older age.
Yeah, we've said everything we need to say, and kind of got it off our chest, and so we're easing up a little bit. But so he tells me all this, and he also goes, "You're a good guy, and that hatred is going to want to turn you into a bad guy. Don't let it." And I go, "Okay, cool, dude." So he tells me all the shit I want to hear, of course, jerks me off real good, and I leave. I go back to the hotel room, and all of a sudden, I get a phone call from this guy, and he goes, "Hey, I think we should start a show." We had done some shows together, little cross-pollination between his and mine.
Wait, the tarot guy?
No.
This guy right here, Top Lobsta, calls me up. And we've had a couple interactions and they were solid. And we did a couple episodes together and they were solid. So he calls me up and he goes, "I think we should start a show." And I go, "Yeah, man, we'll iron out the details when I go."
Well, even previously before this, you DM'd me because we met in the Tony Merkel chat and you're like, "Hey, listen to my show,"
which is crazy. You know how fucking gay and annoying that is to be like, "I've got a podcast nobody listens to. You should listen to it." Like, I'm sure you guys all get that all the time, right? Listen to my podcast. This dude does, which should have been a bad side for me. I should be like, this guy's got retarded.
A lot of time on his hands.
But he listens to it and he actually likes it, and he thinks that there's something there. So, he tells me this. I say, "We'll iron out the details when I get back from New Orleans." And I hang up the phone and I go to my wife and I go, "I think this is it. I don't know how to explain it, but this thing that I had already had this idea for a show called Nephilim Death Squad, kind of, on the back burner." And I go, "I think this is it." And my wife has always been so solid, dude. Even when we were broke as a joke, people would say, "Why is this dude podcasting?" She'd be like, "Because he's going to be big one day." Like, unbelievable ride or die.
I love it.
That's
dude,
nice,
we were so poor. I used to, dive in dumpsters for donuts and shit. Like, it was rough. And she stuck through it like no complaints. So, that night we go to sleep and I wake up to the sound of somebody banging on the window, but we're on the 3rd story of a hotel with no balcony.
Okay.
And it's a very, distinct sound of a big glass panel getting dung, 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 like the way that it resonates.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I go, what the fuck was that? And I look over to my wife and she's not heard it.
Dude, that is so crazy.
But we go to sleep, or I go back to sleep, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Now it's knocking on something different. It's the front door. And at the same time, me and my wife both burst out of bed. So I get up and I go to check the front door. I look at the clock. It's the stroke of midnight. Stroke of midnight. 12:00 on the dot, on the analog, on the oven. And I look out the peephole, and the peephole stretches like far left, far right. You can see all the way down. That's like a panoramic view type of deal of this hotel. And like fucking nobody's there at all. And I go, yeah, I'm not opening shit. And me and the wife just decided to go watch, some TV for a little bit before we go back to bed. But, that was the beginning. That was just to say, like, New Orleans is a heavy place. There is something there. Probably let something in.
Oh, yeah, dude. You go to New Orleans, you feel like the occult everywhere, dude.
Yeah. But after that, I come back and we start this show, and it's like ever since then. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're on 650 some odd episodes, and we've been around for almost 3 years. We're gonna go 3 years. October is when it's gonna happen, and like it was like as soon as we started this, everything just opened up, and before you know it, I've got enough that I can do this full time. And then we're just cranking out. We're doing episodes like 7 days a week now. So just saying, going from a guy who did podcasts to nobody for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden, like, something weird happens. This opens up. Now I'm doing it full time, and I couldn't stop this thing if I wanted to. We couldn't stop this.
Yeah, man. A lot of it is like seeing, Sam's work habit, and you guys too. You guys all grind, and I
mostly me.
Actually, he's taking vacations, but yeah, man, I love that, man. I'm kind of like a producer by nature, so like I love watching the pod. That's why I watched his show, and I was like, oh, this guy is good. There's something there, there's like a talent, and I see. Obviously, you see that right away with what you guys do with this show. That's why I love it. I mean, again, I don't want to like glaze you so much, but man,
please, I need it.
You don't need it.
Well, isn't it weird though? Like just thinking about that trajectory, and then like we're on Mount Crushmore with Tony on the show.
That is crazy.
Yeah, you've never thought about going back to the gay guy in New Orleans and thanking him? Like he knew it, dude. Like he literally called it out. He's like, "Yo, that thing's getting him big. You're gonna go passionate."
Well, he didn't know. He didn't know what he was calling out. He didn't know.
He was just trying to suck your dick, and then it turned out he's fucking.
That's it. So I mean, I've not gone back to him because I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about the access that you give entities when you step out of bounds and do shit that you're not supposed to do. It's kind of like hacking into the spiritual realm illegally. There are legal ways to do things and there are illegal ways to do things. And when you do things illegally, you give these things access to you. And I've had enough in my life to know like that spiritual side is very real, very, very real. And there's nothing to be afraid of, especially if you're with God. If you're with Jesus Christ, there's nothing to be afraid of. But also, don't be a fool. I've got a wife and a kid, and you invite something in, and next thing you know, my son has sleepless nights, or the house feels angry or sad one day, or there's unnecessary fights, and you think that it's just bickering over little shit. It's like, no, dude, there are things that are moving you, that are nudging you, that are whispering in your ear,
and most people don't.
You're gonna let her say that shit, like that kind of a thing.
Most people.
I totally agree with that. I think I have. I pray to Jesus to get things out of my head all the time. Dark shit that comes into your head, and you're like, okay, that's not a natural thought. That's not who I am.
Yeah,
and it's like I do think whether it's the government, with a voice to skull or whatever it is, or frequencies or demonic people trying to get inside you through drugs and alcohol and pornography and all that stuff. and I think it's real. I think people let it in. I was on Chris D'Elia's podcast yesterday, and it was good to see him again. And he went through a lot of bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people want to believe a lot of stuff that's said about him, and it's just like he was just used as a fucking psyop to fucking kick off the whole Me Too shit. But
Yeah, dude.
yeah, dude. And then it was to get to Rogan. People think I'm crazy, but they used Chris D'Elia to get to Brian Callen. And then when they went after Joey Diaz, I'm like, oh, this is a game plan. This is purposeful. This isn't just calling out people who did bad things. They're going after. They needed to get into that Rogan sphere and start fucking taking out his generals because they tried to take him out with the N word. 4 minutes of him dropping N bombs and nothing can happen. So they're like, okay, now we're gonna do mob hits where we start taking out your fucking crew, and that shit's fucking real, dude. That shit's fucking real. But I was on a show the other day and I was talking about. I'm not gonna get into it. XG might know who I'm talking about, but there's a particular comic out there that went from like nothing and then out of nowhere, he was just the biggest thing. Like it was like the craziest shit I've ever seen. And his energy is totally different. Like totally different. He went from fucking weed guy to cocaine guy. Walking in, everything's black, and he's wearing glasses inside. And I'm like, there's a lot of talk about like whispers about like inviting darkness in. It's like this thing that Johnny and I talk about. I call it Elvis energy. Johnny calls it Hitler energy. Where you just got that.
For you.
Hold on, real quick. It's like you can't have there's no class you can take. You can't do reps to get Elvis energy. You either have it or you don't have it. And if you don't have it, the only way to get it is to sell your soul.
Yeah. Well, I think we might have talked about it before, but that Time magazine article with fucking Santana, and he's like, they're talking to him about like, where's your inspiration come from? He's like, Metatron,
the angel Metatron,
the fucking angel Metatron. Like they're all channeling shit. I think like if you're a comedian out there and you're like, that's bullshit. Like I think we're all working with the spirit at any given time. Tucker said like our understanding of the spiritual realm has been removed. And say whatever you want about Tucker. I think, you just take what he says and you weigh that. Is he fucking misleading people or is he telling the truth here? Is this good? Is this bad? I've really come to that place, by the way, where like, I'm not really throwing many people out these days as like a fed. Like, what are you saying?
You got to do it. It's like if they fake the funk on a nasty dunk and it's so obvious that they're doing it, right? Then you kind of go, well, everything from here is questionable,
Sure.
But it's like, if they're putting out real information that lines up with you, why would you kick them out? I mean, there are weird things where like things we say get shadow banned to the dark realms and they say it and they get like huge numbers. That's big, but it's like, it's literally issue to issue, topic to topic, and if they say something you don't like, then everything's suspect after that. Everything's suspect after that. But it's like people don't. The thing I want to ask you guys about is like they turned off CERN yesterday, right? And yesterday was a really weird day for me, like a really weird day. Like it was probably one of the most busiest days I've ever had in my entire life. It started at 8 a.m. It didn't stop till after midnight, and it was like literally go the whole time. Things happen in my personal life that I don't want to get into here. Like it doesn't involve me, but just weird energy, dude. It was like really weird energy. Like this thing gets turned off and then things there's different energy in the world. Now that this thing's been turned off, it's been turned off. It's going to be turned off for 3 years. Like I think, when you're talking about all these demons coming and all this shit, it's like, is CERN like thinning the veil between us and the other realms? Like it is now that it's been complete. I don't know. It's just like, it was because someone brought up that they turned it off and I'm like, wow, the energy today has been very weird.
I mean, it's funny you should say that. Yesterday, I was saying to my wife a couple of times, like, it's just one of those days, man. Like
yes.
A bunch of shit. We did 2 shows yesterday and in between that, I'm like making runs to the DMV. I'm making runs to go drop this thing off. We go to the DMV. We forget this paperwork. We got to go back. We got to get this. My wife is in a bad mood. And I'm just saying like, hey, man, it's all good. It's just one of those days. But
it's like being aware. I think what we spoke about in the beginning is like, okay, which thoughts are my own? Which of these consequences are under my control, and being aware that like, okay, that is happening for sure. Like, I feel like when Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, 9/11, there's like specific points during COVID where you could feel, I'll go outside, and this sounds very gay and new agey, but it's like humanity is ringing low. You know, you could feel this kind of darkness, and everybody feels it. Nobody expresses it because you can't quite put your finger on it. We're busy going and doing the next thing we got to do. But that shit is actually happening. And people react to it. If people are reacting to the moon, and
which is 100% real.
Like the pull of the moon, and because we're mostly water, my parasites in your stomach will act up if the moon is full because they're going to be attracted to that. That's going to affect your brain function. Your brain function is going to affect what you say and do to everybody, and everyone's under these circumstances. So yeah, this is a very different world that we're operating in. If CERN shuts down or if CERN turns on, everyone's going to be kind of like feeling weird, but nobody can put their finger on it.
I think that's why the moon is associated with the divine feminine, like the idea of lunatics, right? Like people that are losing their mind and getting emotional, like Luna, that root word being Luna, meaning moon, that it's associated with emotion. Just like try not to give new age people too much shit because like, yeah, they're gay, but yeah, that's true. Like there is something there. And so, you know, I mean, I think CERN probably has a big effect. I don't know what, if any. I think it's interesting what these next 3 years are going to look like if it really has been such a key component in everything.
Well, let me ask you.
I mean, the Mandela effect. It's supposed to have started the Mandela effect.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I go back and forth. I'm like,
yeah, what is real? What is not? That I'm really at the point where what is fucking real?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm there. I mean,
Johnny said it best. Like, give props to Johnny a couple times every 10 years. But he was like, I don't know if this is Israel war is real. And I was like, whatever, Johnny. And, you know, and he's like, totally right. Like, are we bombing the fuck out of everybody? Is Iran hitting them in important places while they simultaneously are hitting Lebanon? The weirdest one is the Ukraine war. Someone sent me Apollo. I did this podcast the other day, and he sent me this thing about all of these fucking people that are playing the Ukraine, like huge acts, like Billie Eilish and shit. Like, you're going into a place where supposedly 1.5 million Christians have been slaughtered, and you're going to do a fucking mainstream concert while we see videos of hot Ukrainian women just dancing at nightclubs. It's what is real?
Hot. They are hot.
They are hot. They are.
But
hot.
are they real? I mean, because we get these videos. Real? Like today I saw one. There's that old video of supposedly finding Gilgamesh, right? Like finding the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, and they have
my ancestor.
That's your ancestor, Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Armenians are descendants of Gilgamesh, according to Matt LaCroix, fellow Mount Crushmore.
That also
that makes you part Nephilim.
That is, yeah, because I believe
Let's go, bro. Let's go. You guys know Godzilla's in the Bible, right?
Bro,
you guys
what?
know that?
Leviathan, yeah.
Yeah, dog. I'm like, I got it on my shoulder now.
That's right. I have a snake on my arm, and you know, fucking people see it, and they're like, he's getting, you know,
he's a serpent worshiper.
Holy crap, man. But what the hell was I saying? I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I do that all the fucking time.
Gilgamesh.
What we were talking about. Oh yeah. So there's new videos now. You know what I'm talking about, right? That old video that's supposedly that super bronze dude with the beard who looks like he's sleeping in a casket with a glass top. Yeah. And they say it's Gilgamesh. And, you know, it's been around for a while and it's pretty disputed. I've seen people say, I have it on good authority that that's a prop from this or that or the other thing. Maybe. I thought it always looked cool, but there's really nothing to do beyond that. Now there's videos of him waking up. And I believe it's AI. It's going viral today. It just hit like the internet in a big way today, although I think it's probably been around before, but today it's going hyper viral. And it's like his eyes are open and somebody's like wiping his face and he's like looking around the room. And I'm looking at it strictly through the lens of AI and I'm going like, man, it's gotten good. I say that it's fake, not because it doesn't look believable. I don't really see any holes in its game at all. I just know that AI has reached this level where I say this a lot. The only way you're going to be able to navigate the future. That's it, dude. Look at his eyes when they pop open. He looks like an Indian dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's freaky.
And there's like a granular element to the to the video, so it looks old. So that helps maybe to mask any of the inconsistencies. And yeah, they're wiping his face. Now,
And this dude is just like working his face. Like, who gets that gig?
right. Well, I was saying if a 2,000-year-old Sumerian king, woke up while you were cleaning his face, you'd clean in his face. You'd shit your pants and you'd back away. So that's another element.
He's like Snow White. Is he like Snow White? He just kissed him and then he woke up, or
who the hell knows? He just rubbed him.
Who the hell knows, dude?
No, I will say there is a proposed community note on this by the AI system that Grok, has on Twitter that says this video depicts a known 2008 hoax featuring a fake mannequin mummy from Iran. Not Gilgamesh's body. No preserved body was found in the 2003 archaeological survey at Uruk, which is what this claims to be from. But I don't know.
That has to be in reference to the one that's still sleeping, because that did not look like a mannequin. If anything,
no, it doesn't.
The one that we just saw looks like either it's total bullshit or it's a small Indian man.
Yeah.
A small Indian man.
But if you look at it, the crowns are different. The crown of the thing that's awake is different than the crown of the sleeping, alleged Sumerian king. So, but we live in this era now.
Here's that I have that comparison.
Yeah, bring that up because it's one of them is very ornate. It's gold. It's nice. The other one is kind of shabby, not fit for a king. The top image is total bullshit looking. But the bottom one is a little bit more. So we're looking. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the same crown in that left image there. That's the one that's waking up.
Now that's the mummy thing, I think. But this other, none of these are what's in that video, I don't think. Possibly that thing at the top, but
the one at the bottom is the one that is kind of the famous one. They found
and that looks completely different, as you said, from what's in that video. Huh.
It's actually kind of brutal because we were talking about what a fantastic era it is to be a conspiracy theorist, but what we're also
the best time.
It is, but we're also watching retards, like myself, be inundated with so much fake crap constantly. And then since a lot of these people, it's kind of their first time at the rodeo, they're just going ham and it's going super viral and they're going, oh my God. And, I remember what it was like to first be waking up, which is a brutal term. I don't like it. I don't like being a truther. I don't like waking up. Like all that crap is really cringy. But when you first realize like the paradigm you thought was reality is no longer reality, you start clamoring onto all types of shit that's not real, right? Because if the official narrative's fake, it's like you're on a big ship and the ship is sinking, and now you're in the water and you're just grabbing onto this fake thing and that fake thing, and so there's so much of a learning curve.
Well, like I think we're getting to a point in the question of, does it even matter if it's real or fake, or does it matter if people believe it? Like when the government decided to do disclosure and buy aliens.gov, I said today, I forget the exact date, but I'm like, this is the day that the world fundamentally changed, similar to 9/11 and COVID and the JFK assassination, things like that. Your children are going to grow up with believing the fact that aliens are real, that UFOs certainly do exist. No matter what we think and have been talking about for the last 10, 20 years, however long you guys have been in this, that is fact now because the government said it. So it's a verified truth. And if enough
fact checkers will verify it, right? Like in the future.
Yeah.
Enough.
They really bought it.
Yeah, they bought it, but they turned it into a thing about fucking.
Trump's on it. Yeah, it's the White House. Holy crap.
But it's about illegal migrants.
But they're also doing legitimate soft disclosure.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So we're in a strange time. Again, all this stuff could be real. Maybe Nephilim Death Squad, all the shit we talk about is all made up and nonsense. These people are out there trying to verify it. That's the world that we live in now. There's no turning back. So your kids are growing up in a mystical world. That's the worldview that they'll have. Play that out for 15 years. What does this look like? What does conspiracy theories look like at all? Like, I don't even know. It's It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird time to be alive, dude.
That's why I think the only thing that gets you through this is the Holy Spirit. Like, you need to get right and actually like figure out who Christ is, who God the Father is, and who the Holy Spirit is. I think we're all engaged with the spiritual realm on a constant basis, whether we know it or not. And we're all moved by a spirit. I think that's the reality of the situation. At any given moment, you are moved by a spirit.
Yeah, like Bob Lazar on Rogan.
Bob Lazar.
Every time, dude, my head
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
On Rogan, he was saying that these entities, whatever they are, they view us as containers.
Damn right.
And again, like, do I believe everything this guy says? I don't know. I think that guy might be a little bit of a fed op, but there's truth that's inserted in there. It's like, yeah, we certainly are containers. And if you're empty, what are you being filled with?
Yeah.
Everybody's filled with something. So like throughout the course of the show and like the growth of the show and me personally, I'm like, what am I filled with? Or what am I allowing myself to be filled with? What am I consenting to?
Mm-hmm.
What did I just allow in? What did I say no to? And it's a constant battle of checks and balances of like, which way am I going? Or like, I was going to ask you, Sam, yesterday when you were having this crazy day, you're just getting blapped up with all the shit. Were you able to like take a step back and go, they turned CERN on, hold on a second. Let's just get through this. Or were you just like chaotic and reacting?
Well, when you're in the moment, so I didn't realize they turned CERN off until I did Conspiracy Social Club late at night, which was my third podcast that day. And I was like, holy shit, dude, that explains like everything, dude. Like, to me, it did, because energy was just crazy, Some weird stuff happened with my kids at school. And I was just like, man, everything is just out of whack right now, just energy wise and everything. So I was like, yeah, it really opened my eyes. So in the moment, I'm just going, dude. Like, I'm just grind, dude. Just get through the day and hope and pray. But it was like such a long day.
Sounds like you miss CERN, by the way. It sounds like you
I'm like, CERN, turn back on. I'm tired of these long days, dude.
Wait, what was the logic of turning it off? Did they claim something too much power?
It's like scheduled maintenance. And it's like
they gotta get rid of all the exoskeleton.
A 4-year upgrade to convert it into the high luminosity large hadron collider.
It's crazy, because it wasn't long ago that I saw them rumors of, I verify nothing these days anymore. I go all
we prefer that.
But this idea that they were concerned about something that they had let in. There's a bunch of times where CERN was alleging to have let something into this fucking realm.
They were saying that something was standing at like in between
standing at the door.
Yeah, the portal that they just recently opened. They didn't say a man or entity or whatever, but they were saying that there was something in front of what they were opening.
Well, I hope they fucking put it back before they shut it down.
I don't think you really have any choice in the matter. You open that shit up, it's going to do what it's going to do. But
it's crazy that we're letting them do that, right? Like, what?
Oh, dude, remember there was like a non-zero chance that they would create a singularity that would consume the entire planet. They thought, anyway.
Yeah, and when they said that, like after you kind of that settled for a while, and then people were like, "Hey, what?" And they were like, "We were just kidding. We were just fucking kidding. We didn't mean that." Like, you're a fucking scientist. You're not funny.
Yeah. So I want to get into something with you guys. A lot of guys here, XG's into paganism. He's big into pagans and the occult. That's his thing. But the rest of us, some of us farther along than others. Johnny's always been it. I'm working my way towards it through Christianity and stuff like that. There's a big push to kind of demonize Christianity. They're like, whether Jesus was real or not, all that stuff, or whether he was the power that everyone thinks he is. You got the people out there saying we're being basically manipulated by. So, like, what is your thoughts on all that?
Okay, so I think
the thing's interesting.
For a while,
the other day,
was wondering. I was on the train saying all the things about because of all the things they're doing.
Train to Auschwitz
and had wooden doors. So I was wondering, like, at some point, everybody got on the train. Now, did everybody just get smart, or did the bar get lowered? And I think the bar got lowered. So then the question is, well, why then is everybody meant to notice the crimes of the Jews? And in the Bible, consistently, the Jews are getting close to God and then disappointing God and going back and forth, back and forth. Then the thing that became apparent to me was that if you can get people to blanketly hate the, which I'm not saying they're not guilty of a bunch of crimes, and that hasn't been consistent throughout the Old Testament and the New Testament, but you will then have a problem with Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is from the tribe of Judah, from the house of David. He has this Jewish element inside of him. And I think that's on purpose. I think God, it's obvious on purpose. God made a promise to Abraham and he kept that promise. And through his line, the world will be blessed, and Jesus Christ comes from his line. So that doesn't mean, though, that, the are sinless or anything like that. In fact, throughout the Bible, God is consistently using pretty fucked up dudes to do pretty awesome shit. Moses was
It is crazy how, like, we were talking about this on CSC yesterday about like everyone's like, this is the most debaucherous, just like how everything's sex now and everything degenerate time in history. I'm like, bro, how much of your old religious beliefs are based off dicks and pussies? Rain is God jizzing on all of us. The Greeks believe the Milky Way was created when Hercules tried to suck on some goddess's tits, and she woke up, and her breast milk went into the universe and created the Milky Way. It's like,
why not? Yeah.
But it's like, it's always been dicks and pussies. Always.
I think the pre-flood world was probably the most debaucherous. We're talking like, Babel and all these different things. Like, I think back then it was real bad. In compare, maybe there's different things that are horrifying now. But don't give your children unto the fires of Molech. As far as abortion is concerned, in comparison to that, there's been sacrifices, child sacrifice, and in some ways, as they're pulling the veil back and they're showing you like all the Epstein shit. Shout out to HV. It might not even be real, but if it was real,
you guys believe in viruses?
I don't really look at it too much. I think that terrain theory has a lot of legs, and I've been around sick people who have viruses and I don't get shit. And I don't know what the rules are. It's not something that I've spent a tremendous amount of time looking into, but the medical industry lying to us about fundamental truths, that's not very surprising to me at all. We just did lock down the entire planet.
Well, my wife went through something with she had Lyme disease, and this is sort of similar. It remained dormant in her system until when we moved to Florida, the stress levels went up, and then she got sick with COVID or whatever. But basically what happens is your immune system gets knocked down enough where whatever is in you is now active. And so like the idea of terrain theory, I think, has like a lot of legs when we're looking at it from there. But like viruses, if they exist, I know they've never really isolated one.
Well, that's a huge problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
That's a huge problem.
Something's happening. There are external factors, but I do think that the stuff is in us, like the idea of the Walking Dead, where it's not really a virus, everybody already has this, and it's activated when you die. There's a little bit more truth to that than we put veracity to.
But back to the topic of Jesus, if you hate Jesus because of his Jewishness, I think you need to ask yourself, was Jesus issuing predatory loans? Was he profiting off of pornography? Any of the things that he was advocating for, are those the things that the Jews are advocating for? If you adhered to Jesus's, ideals in life, how would those industries that are pitted against us, how would they suffer? Would the Jews win if we were all Christ-like? I don't think that's the case at all. So I think that it's one of those many pitfalls. And I think it also does is it opens up the door to reinterpretations of Jesus. So if you want to get into the idea that like Jesus was a star seed, or that Jesus was an ascended master and he was no different than Buddha, like in the book of John, it specifically warns that if even an angel should come to you and present you any other gospel that's not this one, then you're being lied to. And it's because, hell yeah, that's going to happen. You have Mormonism, right, and Islam, where Jesus is just another prophet. But in the New Age and occult movements, you have all kinds of Jesuses, dog. You got Christ consciousness Jesus, where you got 33 vertebrae and they produce Christos. And if you align your chakras and meditate, you can migrate it to your pineal gland and you can fucking ascend. Like
in Christianity, you have, Jesus is my homeboy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
hippie Jesus.
When you read the book for yourself and you see what the guy was doing, he's not behaving like us. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, he was out there doing this and that. But like, if there was an available slur, he was using it to the people he was talking to.
Yeah,
like at the time,
whitewash tombs.
Yeah. Think about this, man. Like, he's the type of dude, whether you believe, what I believe in him or not, he's the type of dude that walked up to the current power structure of that day that had the ability to kill him in the most horrific fashion and fucking called them phonies.
Yeah.
In front of crowds of people. Like, real ass dude.
Yeah.
So that's again, yeah, when we're talking about Jesus, like, well, which Jesus are we talking about? Like, let's be clear here. Do you have a relationship with him? Is it alive? Do you understand who he is? Mm-hmm. Are you reading the words that he wrote here? Because if you do, then you have a better grounding of where you are in life in general. Otherwise, you're kind of like floating, I was floating through life blind, like going through spiritual attack. Like it's a long story, but I mean, like, witchcraft in my house that I invited in accidentally. We found like a dirty pair of panties and it had like blood and shit and semen on it, was left in my house after I had some friends over.
What?
Shortly after. Yeah, here in Florida. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man. It was.
What happened?
Had a show. We had a comedy show at my house when I first moved here. We invited
in the backyard. Like,
somebody really enjoyed your comedy. Wow, that's
no, not me. It was a comedian. It was Robbie the Fire Bernstein. He does.
Okay, he does backyard shows. Yeah, okay.
It wasn't his panties. I said, take your fucking panties with you, Robbie. But we had a lot of people here, and a lot of my friends were here. One of my friends brought his girlfriend along, and they, it was like a party for a weekend. My kids were still awake because I had just moved to Florida. So nothing in my house at all. It was a perfect occasion to do this. And they were sleeping in the spare bedroom. And afterward, whatever they did up there, I have no clue. The next day, I'll just tell the story. The next day, I'm helping my parents unpack because they're moving in. This is all happening like boom, boom, boom. I'm moving here. My parents are moving to the property with me because I had their house is on my property as well. So their driver comes and I actually recognize him. It's a guy. It's the craziest shit. This guy, Joe Vival. He was like an original Proud Boy member from New York City, and he had a big scar on his face. So that's how I recognized him. And I was like, oh shit, like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, yeah, I got a moving company, and my parents just somehow picked this dude. So I'm sitting there and I'm chatting it up with him because we're talking politics and culture and shit like that. And I'm helping him move stuff because he's waiting for his partner to come. So I was like, I'll help him out. I'll help him move this stuff. And my friend and his girl that were staying in the spare room, they slept in and they're the last people to leave. They come out and they walk through, like, there's like a large field on my property. I'm in the back and I'm with him and I go, oh, hey, come meet these guys. You're going to like him. He's like, he's up and coming in the space and his girlfriend is kind of big in the space too. And he goes, oh yeah. So he walks out and he stops. He like sees the girl and just stops dead. And like, I noticed right away, I'm like, there's something happening here. I was like, did these guys like, what was this? And she sees him and she turns around and makes a beeline and goes into the car and waits there. And I say bye to my buddy. And then I go back to him. I was like, what was that about? And he just looks me right in the face and he goes, she's a witch. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm dealing in comedy. This is a time where like I'm just about to start working for Lewis and I'm doing Tower Gang. And that's really what I'm involved with. I'm like I'm working for Odyssey. So I'm very much in that world. I'm not paying attention to the spiritual at all. Just flying blind. No clue what I'm inviting into my house and my family, where my family's going to live. Well, whatever. The next day we clean up the room. My wife finds a panty. She doesn't tell me anything because she's like, it's girl code to like, she must have forgot these.
Whoops, forgot her sloppy panties.
Got her fucking sloppy,
her
shitty
duty panties.
Shitty, bloody, cummy panties. And she doesn't say anything. It actually comes up as a joke later on Tower Gang show. So if people are like fans of that show, they could extrapolate and figure out who I'm talking about, where we're joking about the panties because I find out and it's a joke. But time goes on, maybe a month, my kids get like sick, consistently sick for like 6 straight months. Yeah. And we're like, damn, 6 months. Like, what the dude, can't figure this out. We get them right. After they get right, immediately after, my wife gets sick. And with the Lyme disease, what I'm talking about, but realistically, it was everything. Like, she's having vertigo. She was bedbound. I'll be honest with you. I thought she was going to die.
Yeah, when they die from Lyme disease, it's like Lyme disease is a blanket terminology.
Yeah.
And the symptoms are fucking whatever everything.
It's everything and nothing. So one day her fingertips hurt. The other day she can't get out of bed. Another day she's her vision's upside down. Another day she's vomiting, and this happens for months. And like, we can't figure it out. We just moved to Florida. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking move back. Like, I don't even. My job doesn't have my job there didn't have good health care. I'm like, I'm just making cash, you know. And I left the MTA to come here. I'm like, shit's upside down. I'm gonna quit, and like, we got to go back. But I toughed it out. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I picked up a fucking another job just to get healthcare. So I'm doing. It was crazy, a crazy time, and we spent, tens of thousands of dollars on my wife, because I'm like, if you're not good, then we don't have a family. So, whatever savings we had, we poured that into her, and she's a nurse, so she's not gonna. She was like well aware of the Western medical system, and she's like, I'm not gonna go on the pills they're suggesting. I'll be on them for life. I'll never recover. And I'm like, all right, so what do we got to do? And it's all alternative shit. So we're doing
frequency therapy.
We're doing very expensive parasite cleanses. We're doing like,
you guys did red light therapy too, right? Or is it yeah?
Anything you could think of, like especially like vitamins, any kind of health products. Everything's super clean now in my house because we already went through that. And she's like, I'm not dealing with it. And the crazy thing is, like, this was a spiritual attack, as I alluded to before, where it's like there was a witch in my house that left an artifact, and we had
blind to it.
Took it crazy.
So it's like when you're talking about terrain theory, it's like that, and also like spiritual ailments. 100%, dude. It sounds so fucking hokey to be like, I think some shit comes from, like, some diseases are coming from spiritual ailments, but like that's just where I'm at these days. That's where I'm at.
So are you saying the cum panties got everybody sick?
I forget what the expression is,
but
it's a common practice to leave not only an article of clothing, but if you can have it covered in, like, particularly menstrual blood is a big one, but also semen and shit. What do you think Aleister Crowley is doing when he's doing sex magic and they're doing butt stuff, and it's like the mixture of semen and feces and blood? Like,
now listen how crazy this shit is. I still haven't really figured it out, because again, shit just happens and you just go through life and I got to figure it out. Boom, boom, boom. We'll get it done. Whatever. So I figure it out. We get it right. Bohemian Grove happens, the last one that you were at, and you saw what happened before that. Just fell through fantastic.
Oh yeah, like a bunch of relationships fell apart and all that.
Crazy shit. Yeah, so I'm like, wow, what was that? Like, it made no sense. It didn't make any sense, because like, if you were on the ground floor with us seeing what we were doing, you'd be like, this is just illogical. A week or two after Bohemian Grove, we have Vicky Joy Anderson on, and she's explaining to us witchcraft, and she actually gets on talking about artifacts. And then she mentions, like, yeah, they will leave things that are loaded with this or that or this. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I like stepped off the show. I called my wife. I'm like, listen, bitch, what was on those panties 4 years ago? And she's like, I can't say. I was like, step out of your job right now and tell me what was on those panties. And she tells me, she's like, yeah, this, and this. And I was like, all right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so that happened.
You think she left a hex on you for some reason? Like,
I wonder what the reason.
You let her bone in your house. Like, why would she do that?
I don't know. But I think that thing happens.
I would leave assorted fruits.
I appreciate you. But it's like, you know, when I moved to Florida, that's a big step away from this job that I was doing in a completely different direction, because I think I was supposed to do what I'm doing now. Like, we're here doing a thing where we're talking to a lot of people, and we're doing it in a backwards way, but it seems to be effective. And I'm telling you, I was this close to going, well, just put this place for sale. I can still get my job back.
This fucking land is cursed.
This is within 6 months. I can go back. And it's easy. Like, I was making six figures. We've got healthcare. I've got a pension. I've got a fucking cake job. I could sit in my truck and I could just drive this until I die. But I can't do that. Like,
that sounds like a nightmare, dude.
But a lot of people, it's not a nightmare.
For sure. Yeah.
It's also a blessing too, because it helped me do what I do now. Like, that's like the foundation. And some people are great. Some people do that. Like, my dad worked his whole life as a post office guy, and he retired, like, you know, he's the post office guy. That's what he does. He takes pride in that. For me, I was like, nah, there's something bigger. But like, at that point, it was like, turn around. Why are you doing this? Like, just fucking stop this. And I didn't. And whatever. Long story short, we start this podcast, and it's funny. Our first sponsors, for no reason, when the podcast wasn't shit,
crazy.
The Rife Machine.
Yeah, Frequency Technology.
Parasite cleanses.
From Purge Store.
Shout out to these guys that, you know, they sponsored the last Bohemian Grove as well. And then like Van Man picked us up, paying us money.
Yeah,
and
natural foods and
I bet you if you go back and you do the accounting for how much money I spent to get my wife up with this shit, it's probably like 1 for 1. Like that was
got
like
it all
taken,
back.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was taken from me in the weird way and then given to me in this strange way with this racist show that we do. I'm like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm done trying to explain it or like theorize it. I know what works and I know what direction I need to go.
Yeah.
And we do it like this in a zigzag fashion, but like that's the way I'm going.
That's now we're on fucking Mount Crushmore.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when you said was on those panties, the first thing I thought about was that Tool song, "Shit, blood, and come on my dick." And it's like the reason I thought about that is because Tool is they're my favorite band, but they're so deep into the occult.
They're bad.
I mean, their music is so good and it's just so occult. It's like what you do with Michael Jackson. You're like, oh,
yeah,
the music's
yeah.
so fucking good, dude.
Bro,
and it's like,
I had this moment where my kid loves Michael Jackson.
All kids love Michael. Like I've said this before, in 20, 50 years, no one will be talking about the Joe Rogan Experience. It's a great show. It's my friend. There will always be Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
100 years from now, they will still listen to Michael Jackson.
My kids in this season, and I was telling our clip maker, I said, I don't have the heart to tell him, you know, alluding to the kid thing. And then Lainey goes, that he was black? God damn it, bro.
Actually, what were you going to say? I feel like you were going to say
there's an actual hex in voodoo where if you want to make someone fall in love, the witch tells you to put your menstrual blood in his food. And it's known, like in Louisiana, they tell you don't have spaghetti on the first date, nothing red on the first date, because there's this hex where they put menstrual blood and you fall in love, you eat it.
Listen to this shit. Go ahead, man.
My nigga, my father is married to a fucking witch.
Who?
And he knows he's married to a witch.
His dad. He has a dad.
I have a dad, and it's a long and fucked up relationship, but he's married to a witch. And he knows she's a witch. And he goes, well, sometimes good things happen. She does a little spell. I let her do a spell. Sometimes something good happens. Like, everything is bad in your life, but all fucking K. And she puts her panties in his coffee pot.
No.
What do you, wait. Like in every morning she does?
I don't know if it's every morning. I think we caught it while we were there. So when I moved to Florida, before I bought my house, I stayed with him for like the first time in my life.
Would you like some more cunt tea?
No, bro. I closed on a house in a month and a half because I just had to get the out of there. Look, guys, this woman she hated us. I remember 2 weeks into us living there, she called a family meeting, bizarre, from me and my estranged father. I hadn't known him since I was a child. And she goes, there's a problem. And the problem is you don't love me enough. And I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you. Like, what are we talking about? And I had to sit in front of this woman and kind of like try to navigate this. But one day, my dad's at work. She comes out. She's whispering to paper effigies, right? So, and then she's looking at us, setting them on the ground and lighting them on fire in the backyard.
Nope.
And then she does like a little fucking prayer. And then she moves on and does another one. Like, he's married to a legitimate witch, dog. So when you're saying panties in the food, menstrual blood in the yes. 100%.
But this is why it's important. Like shows like, you know, Tinfoil Hat is important to be like based on this knowledge. The Confessionals, our show. You should know these things because they're probably happening to you, and you don't fucking realize it, and you're just
prevalent.
It's like walking around and you're getting punched, but you have your eyes closed the whole time, and you're like, I wonder what's happening.
Do you know how many chicks out there are just like, I fucking dabble in witchcraft? You bitch.
Okay, so you guys don't listen to like obviously Mexican radio, but on the Mexican radio, they have witches go on there and be like, if you're trying to, if you have bad luck and you're down on your luck, call me this number. If you're having hard time in love, call this number. And they're all hexes. They're gonna tell you, go get this guy's hair, go bring me this guy's hair, and we'll do something with it.
Yep.
I have a story from my aunt. It's probably too long to tell at this point.
What was that?
Well, we call her. I know I can't say aunt because we say titi in Spanish, so it's titi.
My aunt,
which I know you guys aren't going to understand. Crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing.
Tell us about your aunt.
Like, from a call-in, her friend called in a psychic.
Yeah.
And to this day, this lady's life has just been a disaster. But it's a long story. I'm not going to tell it now. But like
that attachment though, isn't that the Hat Man thing?
Well, she's been visited by that, but it's called. There's an episode called "Scissors in the Lawn." If you guys are ever interested, on Nephilim Death Squad, I have her on, and she explains the entire story, and it's tragic, hilarious. She's made all the wrong moves, and
none of those moves are Jesus Christ. All of those like you'll go to another witch, and they'll say the way you want to do this.
Scissors in your lawn. You're burning sage. You're painting your walls. She's done it all, and it gets better, and then it gets progressively worse, compounded on top of what you've done. So like instances of relief, and then twice as much.
Yeah. And by the way, the Bible even says that, like, you cast something out, right? You cast something out of yourself. If you do not fill yourself with Holy Spirit, if you cast something out and you leave that house empty, it comes back sevenfold. So it goes out, it gets 7 of its homies, and it comes back, and it's even harder to remove. Like, that is consistent with what the Bible talks about. Like, if you don't fill yourself, we're vessels. Shout out fucking Bob Lazar, dude. If you don't fill yourself with something is going to try to fill that void.
Fill you up, daddy.
You're gonna get filled up, and it's gonna be bad, my nigga.
All right, guys, great show. The Prodigal Sons return, crushing it. Great show, dude.
Oh, by the way, can we shout out Bohemian Grove? We got another one coming up. So August 8th in Florida. If any of your listeners are out in the Florida area, we're doing Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove 4, something else that you helped start, Sam. It goes all the way back to that signing of Chaos Twins where you uttered those words, welcome to the first Bohemian Grove. And now here we are. We're going on the 4th one, and it's going to be a 7-hour day, dude. We're having everybody, Cheney,
let me just
Donut, Paranoid American.
Sorry, just to backtrack again one more time, and I mean this with
you're gonna jerk them off again.
All my heart. It's not even jerking off, but like, yeah, there's that time period, like I said, where I'm going through it, and shit was all messed up. And we did this show, and I met you at Skankfest, and I don't even remember like how we met or whatever, but like you gave us an opportunity, and that opportunity got us, like, you know, put us in front of an audience, and then that audience was able to build to get us those like all that. You see that circle that I'm talking about, all that shit that I lost, and then I got back. Like Sam, in some weird way, has you've helped me to to get through this, man.
You did
that. Many people though. Shout out to everybody. You, Luis J. Gomez,
everybody,
everyone that I've worked with. Yeah, it's a really crazy path.
Man.
But yeah,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate you, man. You
gotta pull people up, dude. That's the key to life. Those that don't pull people up lose it.
There's 2 people on this list of attendees to the Bohemian Grove that are also because of you. Ed Mabry is going to be there.
Oh, I love him.
We love
that. Friend of the show, only on our radar because of you. Dr. Heather Lynn is going to be there.
The best.
Only because of you did we pick up on Dr. Heather Lynn. We're having a bunch of people. Like I said, Brian of Demon Erasers is going to be there. Dave of Isaac's Army, Bill and Ted of the Phone Booth Podcast. Austin Picard is going to be there.
Hey.
All the homies are going to be there. This is a big one for us, Sam, and for your listeners. I want you guys to know we didn't put like a big shiny name on the docket. You said something last time we did Bohemian Grove. You said that we should have headlined it, and we took that to heart, and we're going, man, let's do it just us, just with the people that have been on the show, just with the people that the audience is familiar with.
We could you
guys got to be Legion of Skankfest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we are, or we're going to be Nephilim Death Squad, dog. And, you know, whatever that looks like, this is us going out on our shaky little deer legs and trying to stand up and do a Bohemian Grove with just us. So we're going to be headlining our own event. Thanks for that advice. And just thank you for everything, dog.
Anytime, guys. It's good to be appreciated, unlike these 2 other guys that just take me for fucking granted and nobody listens to me. But I appreciate you guys. You guys always crush. Congratulations. What was that, Johnny? What was that money?
No, that was the world's smallest violin. I was just
but I'm super happy for you guys, and it's like the real key is now you guys got to help people. Like you got to pull people up. It's like Johnny always says, I've helped my competition more than probably anybody else in the world because I don't see it like competition. I think the more the merrier. They can't kill all of us.
Yeah.
So, and listen, you guys, I hope we're in the same FEMA camp. I hope we all are hanging together, and it's going to be fun. And if it's like the concentration camps, we'll be on soccer teams together. We'll play in orchestras. It's going to be fucking great. We're going to be swimming, dude. It's going to be fucking great, dude. It's going to be such a
don't sound that bad anymore.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they were crushing it. They had deep end at the pool. It was fire, bro.
We need a podcast studio, so maybe we could pull some strings.
Oh, I'm sure
they'll give us a podcast studio.
They'll give us a podcast.
Jersey Camp, we'll have
coming at you live from FEMA Camp 321B.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fire, bro. It's gonna be fire, dude. It's gonna be great. Websites or anything?
Toplobster.com. You can get all the shirts. Yeah, I'm wearing one of them right now. And tickets to Bohemian Grove if you guys want to hang out with us live. Like, it's just going to be.
It's a great hang. It's a great hang. It's a lot of fun.
You've been to all of them previously, so you're not invited to this one.
I know, dude.
Yeah, we gotta try to stand up on our own, dude. We'll see you though at TrutherCon.
TrutherCon, November 7th.
Yeah, we'll be.
The Skiba News Network people are crushing it. Very excited. Tito Sanchez will be there as well. Tinfoil Hats, Tito Sanchez. A lot of Latinos in the conspiracy community.
Yeah, we need to do something about that.
Latinos are great, but now it's like this new generation, which is like third or fourth generation. They're starting to become sensitive and politically correct. You used to be able to say whatever you want to Mexicans and they would fucking laugh. Now they're like, hey, dog, that's kind of racist, dude. It's like, you're Mexican, bro. You're supposed to have a good time. Anyways, guys.
Bring back the Cholos.
Time to bring back the Cholos, the little homies, dude. Time to bring back the little homies. All right, guys, great show. Thank you guys so much. Let's break down the episode. The boys from Mount Crushmore came and crushed it.
Did you come yet, Sam?
I always come.
I mean, because they literally they ate you up the whole episode, which I loved it. Who doesn't? But yeah,
sounds like you got upset.
Yeah,
I didn't get none of it.
Sounds like you're really pissed off that people are giving me
Sam sucking.
Yeah, you guys should try more of it.
Yeah, we're just over here in the cuck chairs.
Yeah, we're here in the cuck chair. Me and Johnny looking at each other while you're just getting it all. Dude.
We're not looking at each other. We're not.
Yeah,
looking,
you are.
I'm looking up. I'm looking at the ceiling.
Johnny's getting horny. Johnny's so horny for Nephilim Death Squad, bro. So horny.
Like, you and me are making perfect eye contact while Sam getting railed by these guys.
Why I'm doing the railing, bro? Don't you ever forget that I'm the railer.
Okay.
You were getting
I'm the railer.
It was two guys. You were getting pick
two guys, bro.
No, I'm not getting spit roasted. I'm spit roasting the spit roasters.
You turned the tables on them.
Yeah. Aha. No, I think it's great, dude. That's some crazy shit, dude. Latinos are deep into that, like, demonic shit, huh? They're like, they see spirits, dude. Right?
He didn't even go to a priest. I mean, if I had any type of, like, possession, I'd go to the church. Do
you see anything, XG? Any chupacabras or anything?
No, I've never seen the Big Hat Man, or what was he called? The Hat Man?
You've never seen any of that stuff?
I've
question whether you're Mexican.
No, I've had sleep paralysis, but I've never seen that.
I have too. Yeah. I've never seen anything though. Yeah. I think we've had enough guests on now that it seems, and I think somebody's even said this, it seems there are two distinct kinds of sleep paralysis. There's the kind that's brought on by sleeping during the day or getting bad sleep, where you just are kind of, or you at least you feel like you're locked into your body before waking up. Because the thing I've noticed is, and I've said this before, but I've noticed that you think you're in the room you're in, trapped in your body, and you can kind of look around a little bit. I can even kind of open my eyes. I think I can. But really, it's not the room you think you're in. Like, I've had it happen a few times where I'm in a different room or a different place, like back home in North Carolina when I'm in LA, and I'm looking around that room and feel trapped in my body, and then I wake up. But the interesting thing is, you do, like he was saying, you can, like when I've been in bed with my girl asleep, I'll try to kind of wake myself up and try to like fight to twitch my body a little bit. She's seen me doing that before, and she helped me wake up, you know? Like I've been like, wake me up.
She wasn't like his wife that recorded him for a
yeah, she didn't record me. She woke me up, thank God. Yeah. But dude, that's the stuff. I mean, I can't tell you how quickly I'm out if stuff like that starts happening to me. I'm out, dude. Like, I'm moving. I don't care where at first I'm probably trying a different room. Like, maybe it's connected to the room, but if it is a house or the land, I'm gone. I'm just out so fast.
That is one thing I'm like not scared of having kids, but everyone always talks that kids see things that you don't see. And I'd be scared if my kid's like, oh, I'm playing with my friend in my room. I'd be like, no, you're not. We're moving. Have you had that, Sam? Where your kids, have you had that where the kids are like, looking at something or playing with an imaginary
Oh,
friend.
my autistic daughter does it all the time. Just stares up there, and I'm like, "Oh, you see something? Something's hanging up in the corner."
Ooh, yeah.
Does it
Dogs
freak
do
you
that
out?
too sometimes. Dogs do that where they're just looking at something and you're like, what are you barking at or looking at? And you go over there, nothing's there. And they're
You
still
know what's super
there.
interesting is we're now getting my daughter finally in the ABA. It's
Uh-huh.
been a real battle. So Dana was talking to because Dana's good at the details, so she takes care of that shit. And she was talking to them at the school that's gonna come work with our daughter.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Is she babbling words?" She's like, "Yeah, she says words here and there." And she goes, "That means she's eventually gonna talk," which is like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
If they're babbling words, they will begin to talk. That's what she said. So it might not be till 7, 8, 9, but she will talk. And I'm very excited about that.
That's awesome.
That will be great. You know what else is great? It's come to see me live. Go to samtripoli.com. Okay. You can see my dates right there. Miami, Joke World at St. Petersburg, Lawrence, Kansas, Tulsa, TrutherCon in Dallas, Skankfest in New Orleans, Austin, Texas, closing it out. And then if you go to Sam Tripoli, I got a new kind of format. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I want that on YouTube either, from YouTube. Go check that out. Get on my mailing list. Very important to get on my mailing list. And then check out my premium content, dude. I'm telling you, it's the best out there. You'll never get better premium content than you get on my show. It's a wide range of stuff. It's topical. It's the best researchers, and Kurt Metzger, who is just a supercomputer of comedy and conspiracies, and the best thumbnails. Look at those thumbnails, dude. I mean, how did we get to that? Johnny, talk about Cash Daddies.
Cash Daddy's also great thumbnails. Howie Dewey crushing it with you can learn to invest. He publishes a portfolio that he updates throughout the year, so you can invest along with him. It's also just generally educational. You can learn about saving for retirement, etc. We do a weekly podcast called Cash Daddies, and then we have a premium portion at the end of that where we take questions directly from
From the people.
Yeah, how he calls them Patreons.
I thought we called them the readers.
Well, he calls them my fellow Patreons. Now, Patreon is a brand name. Doesn't make any. Patreon is the name of that service, and fellow means that he's one of them. But then it doesn't make it. Now they're patrons. That means they support us. He's not a patron though. He's the person being patronized. I guess you'd say supported. He's the person being supported. But yeah, fellow Patreons, come check him out.
Come check them out. If you go down lower. We got that. I'll have some Chaos News for you, Chaos Twins. T-shirts, dude. New T-shirts going up, I promise you. Gonna take care of all that. If not, enjoy the Sir Francis Bacon T-shirt.
Get it. $20.
Buy gold and
$20.
silver from Wise Wolf. Very important. We also have Chemical Free Body. I love them. I took my supplements today. Everybody here is important shit. If you need it, whether it's working on your electromagnetics, your chemical makeup, it's all there. Brain Supreme, it's all there. And also go check out our YouTube channel. Go to tinfoilhat, youtube.com, youtube.com/tinfoilhatofficial. Join us there. You get all the videos there. And then finally, you can check out my comedy one at samtripoli.com. youtube.com/Sam Tripoli Comedy. I'm putting up new events there all the time. And then finally, Word War Debate. We just got the contract for the new venue, so hopefully that'll be signed today, and the date will be secure. And dude, I'm telling you, we're going big game hunting, all right? Big game hunting. It's going to be, if we get who we want, I think we could put up Super Bowl numbers, and I'm not even kidding.
Sheesh.
If it goes to where if we get who we want to get. So that's that. And then anything else, XG?
This Friday, We Don't Smoke the Same with Stepton from the Deftones, Post Peaks at 710. Go get your tickets. It's little goodie bags. We're going to smoke the place out like we did at the Comedy Store. So go get your tickets now, please.
Wow, dude.
And please check out Broken Simulation on YouTube, youtube.com/Sam Tripoli. You can subscribe there and put on alerts because they will not tell you about it otherwise.
So the Nephilim Death Squad guys are like obviously one of my disciples. You are welcome. The fact that they're doing Bohemian Grove for like the 4th or 5th year is such an amazing thing to see. I mean, it's just like manifestation. It all started because I got booked at this weird comedy club in Florida, and like all these conspiracy theorists decided to come out and hang out. And then I'm like, let's do a fucking podcast and do a little show. And like now they ran with it. It's so fucking cool. It's like so cool that they're doing it, and like they really are savages, dude. I've always said they're Legion of Skanks meets tinfoil hat. They really are crazy, you know, and they're good at it. And I've often told them, you know, sometimes, and I've called, you know, one of them and talked to them about it. Is like you start going too hard on other people. Again, you get into this kind of world where you're just like none of your peers want to talk to you, and you're in the dark corner all by yourself, shitting in a diaper with one fucking foot in the grave.
Jeez.
You know, and
tired.
it's a horrible life to live. It's like high vibrational, low vibrational. Support people, and people love you, and more opportunities show up. And I think that's the most important shit, is to help others. And they're doing a great job, dude. I mean, they're doing a show almost every day. I'm crazy. They're crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, dude.
I mean, you do a show every day.
Almost. I do.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you take the day
tinfoil hats.
shows, you have a show for 7 days of the week, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I do 2 tinfoil hats, 1 conspiracy social club, 1 doom scrolling, 1 broken sim. What else do I got? 1
business.
cash daddies.
Yeah.
Extra time. You got extra
And then
time.
when I do broken sim, I mean punch drunk, which is once every 3 months.
Or Union of the Unwanted, like all that.
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And then I have my premium content. So I'm doing 10.
Yeah, I love that you're like, I can't believe how many they're doing. And you're like,
I'm crazy, Johnny.
And then we're on the road. We're on the road basically, and then we tell them fans that we're all going to meet up with you to find out that you're podcasting mid fan meetup.
Dude, Daddy's got to put out the goods,
I
or
know.
else people go crazy. Or they go crazy.
people
dude.
go crazy or you go crazy.
I can't go crazy. I've already gone crazy. I know this has nothing to do with tinfoil hat. Johnny, guess who the Boston Celtics traded Jaylen Brown to? It's absolutely insanity.
Go on.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
What'd they get?
Paul George and a bunch of picks.
I better be a bunch of picks.
Oh, here. It's 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders. Dude, what? What? Why would you trade him to someone in your conference?
It makes no sense, yeah.
Oh my god.
Unless they really don't believe in him. You know, I mean, I showed you that thing where analytics guys think he's in front offices. These aren't like nerds on Twitter. These are people who work in NBA front offices.
He was top 5.
Yeah. He averaged like 26 a game, 27 a game.
You just handed them I mean, like, dude, that's a great team, dude. That's a great team. I mean, obviously, you got to worry about Joel Embiid. If they can move off him, God, that'd be crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to take that into consideration, right? Because if you're trading for their picks, was it their picks that they got mostly? Probably, right? I mean, and George is still giving you what, like 17 a game or something like that, but he's just
dude, Jaylen Brown is a former Finals MVP, dude.
Oh yeah, he just had his best season in the NBA. Yeah, that was his best.
Dude,
I'm sorry, 28 a game, 28.7 a game.
They sold so low, dude.
7 rebounds, 5.
Everyone's like Brad, whatever. Is it Brad Williams? What is his name? Brad, who's their GM?
Yeah. What?
I mean, just got fleeced, dude. Sorry, that's
Brad
the worst.
Stevens. Brad Stevens. Yeah.
Brad Stevens. That's the worst. I'm blown away at how bad this is. Wow. All right, guys, enjoy the highlights.
Wait. We were talking about sports. What's the score of USA today? They play at 5 or 6.
They played
No
today? Why?
No.
We're not. Why, dude? Why would you talk about that? I thought they played tomorrow.
No, they played last week, guys. Come on.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Oh yeah, they did.
Right. Bye, guys.
All right, guys, enjoy the highlights. You fuck.
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim.
Did you see the guy that was involved? Remember the guy that got the Russian that got swapped for Brittany Griner? Tucker was talking to him on his podcast because he just talks to everybody, it seems. And he's like offended that he got swapped for Brittany Griner. It's pretty funny.
I love that, dude.
Victor Bout is the
Dude,
guy.
this guy's on like Alex Jones. Like,
Yeah,
it's so crazy. We live in the weirdest world possible.
The guy they call Russia's merchant of death is just doing podcast rounds now.
The Biden administration released you in exchange for the release of some women's basketball player on a marijuana charge. Were you surprised by? It seemed asymmetrical.
Brittany Griner.
Yes.
Well, by one thing for me, this was literally some kind of insult,
Right.
At least they could exchange for Paul Whelan, which I was expecting.
Exactly.
But on the Biden administration time, this maybe was only choice. And this is why she was a black, she was a lesbian, and she was a basketball fan. If not for NBA fans who put a lot of pressure for Biden administration, ESPN was running every day a kind of the stunt to, call attention that Brittany Griner is still in Russian prison for almost nothing, for some, a small quantity of CBD oil, which is forbidden in Russia. So they put a lot of pressure. So Biden administration, because they are succumbed to the LGBT agenda, and they need to bring, then in front of center of their, attention and policy, was forced by this kind of activism.
Anyway, I love that, dude. This guy. Well, why is it that Russians seem to be able to tell the truth about American politics way better than most Americans can?
Because most Americans are on the payroll that are doing the talking.
Yeah. Perspective or something that they're allowed to
and
have.
they just can't come to grips with it's two wings of the same corrupt bird. And they just keep playing this game of like one side gives a shit more than the other side. And he was nice calling her a lesbian.
Yeah. There was a big story this week on 60 Minutes about Poly Market. Did you see that? So they have been tracking trades on Poly Market on items related to the U.S. military.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
And so here's what they found.
This might be
totally, dude. I love. That's exactly my thought. Look, they show the whole side of his face.
You're like, why is Tom wearing sunglasses indoors in a dark room? Oh, is he back on coke again?
If you were Tom, and they told you they were going to obscure your identity, and then you go on 60 Minutes and half your face is on it, I would be. You'd be pretty upset, right? Like I'd be mad.
Why are you wearing a ski mask?
So
because he wants to pull chicks.
Maybe it's not him. Maybe they use an actor or something because they do that sometimes. There's no obscuring of the identity. Look at this.
Yeah.
The guy's right there. He's just
look at Bill wearing that green shirt he always wears all the time.
That's a real betrayal. Like if you're that guy and you think 60 Minutes is obscuring your identity and it's just you in full.
Wear a ninja outfit. Pussy Riot mask. Yeah. That'd be so great if he was in a Pussy Riot mask with like, it was neon yellow with like bunny ears.
Yeah, I like that girl from Pussy Riot. I thought she was kind of cute.
They're a psyop. You're cheating. He's like, yeah. Okay, just wanted you to know we know. Bye. I mean, like, what are you going to do?
And it would have to be someone higher up that would know about multiple operations in different areas of the military. It would have to be someone either in.
I mean, like, dude, this has Howard Luddick written all over it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and here's a little bit more from that report from 60 Minutes about Poly Market. It's just more concerning stuff. I think the regulation hammer is going to come down on these things eventually.
Well, if you'd like to hear the rest of this episode, subscribe to Broken Simulation in your podcasting app or check us out at youtube.com/Sam Tripoli.
What's up, Swarm? It's your boy XG, and this is my first reaction video. You know it's already going to be a good one with the title being a female cop getting arrested in 4K at a Walmart. You guys already know we don't smoke the same. Tinfoil hat. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get right into this video. It's going to be a good one. You guys already know.
You lost your keys, got flustered, and it was unintentional. It was a mistake.
Yes.
Nothing was intentional.
Yes, I am a detective.
Okay, grabs a receipt. Why is she grabbing a bag? Something weird's going on.
On October 6th, 2025, at a Walmart in Show Low area.
It's always a Walmart. Like, it's always a Walmart. Like, I've been watching these reaction videos. I haven't made a reaction video ever. Like I said, this is my first one. But it's always at a Walmart. Last one, some guy got shot at a Walmart. I guess he was going through his lady's phone, then he hit his lady. and some guy trying to intervene, and he got shot by the guy trying to get his. It's always at a Walmart. Stay at a Walmart. Go to Target. I don't care about low prices. Low. Go to Target. You're gonna end up low. You end up with low lives.
Arizona, loss prevention reported that a woman in uniform was acting suspiciously, placing items inside a tote and attempting to leave without paying. When officers arrived,
Dude, that's like new fucking beginner shit. Like when you steal your first time, that's what you do. You put shit inside the tote bag. Come on, dog. It's like beginner shit, dog. She's a cop. She's a female cop. She should not. Dude, the thing is, wait up. Yep.
Immediately recognized her as Sergeant Melissa Ward.
Ooh, she's done this. So watch. When they say that, this is loss prevention.
Suspiciously, placing items inside a tote and attempting to leave without paying. When officers arrived, they immediately recognized her as Sergeant Melissa Ward of the White Mountain Apache Police Department. She insisted it was all a mistake, but the cameras told a very different story.
So, what's going on right now?
Hey, Butler.
Melissa, how you doing? She got totes. I saw her in totes grabbing them, and since it's such a big...
Bro, she's a sergeant. She's just not even she's a sergeant. I wonder if she knows. I mean, this must be at a different county. Damn, I wonder how... this can't be her first time. Like, a mistake. I mean, we're obviously watching the video. She obviously gets caught up with a major case, but... Dude, she must be so comfortable to just pull up at a Walmart and just nonchalant.
She was I started following her. Every single item she got, she opened the tote, put it in, and closed it every single time. And then when she got to the front end, the only thing she purchased was the tote. And then she tried, before she even bought the tote, she went to the GM exit, was stopped.
Dude, you guys think, I mean, I've thought this before, I'm a self-checkout, I don't have to scan nothing, they ain't gonna catch me, bro. They be doing a list on your ass, dog. Avocado after avocado, you don't scan, dog. They're making a list, dog. It's that thing where you hit, what, I think it's 500. I don't know what the law is now, but once you hit that limit, bro, they can low-key kind of arrest you. They're just gathering evidence on you, dude. You think you're all slick and shit, bro? Best thing you can do is scan the avocado as an onion and just say, yo, I don't know how to scan. That's my thing, is I never learned how to scan. I didn't get trained. That's why you pay these people, right? You pay them because you trained them and they're supposed to do it right. I never got trained. I've never worked at a grocery store. It's crazy how they assume or they want us to know how we should run self-fucking-checkout, dog. And I hate when I literally do something wrong and I have to stand there like an idiot till this lady comes by and then she goes through your shit, make sure you ain't stealing nothing and you just miss scans. Dude, pay me. Charge me less. Don't charge me for my bags. Don't charge me for the plastic bags if I do self-checkout.
By the doorhouse, went back, went to customer service, then went back, purchased a tote, and then went through grocery. So it's kind of where we're at right now.
Can you send me that video?
Yeah, it's through.
We'll see. He's gonna chat with you and stuff. Were you just getting off work and stuff? Okay.
I'm getting stuff for PD for the... I lost my keys.
Oh, dude, I lost my keys, so that's why you stole. That's why you're stealing. I'm guessing she's gonna say she was flustered. She literally, I was about to pay and then I couldn't find my keys, so then I booked it. I got out of the fucking way. I booked it. I lost my keys. Oh my God, I'm flustered. I gotta leave. I'm not paying for half the shit that you know what you could do? You can leave the stuff you were about to pay and go look for your keys without taking that. It's just, dude, I get.
Deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hack.